Yes, guys, Jaido here. Make sure you guys follow, like, and subscribe Rambo FC.
The Ramble Football Club is proudly sponsored by Glasby Pallets, offering a one-stop solution for all your pallet needs. Get in touch now on 01709 585 646 to discuss your pallet requirements. Thank you to Sonny and the team for their support of the Ramble Football Club.
Good evening and welcome back to Ramble FC for this second leg League One playoff tie. It's finally poised from the first leg where Bolton will lead 1-0. We've now got Bradford looking to turn the tide at home, and I won't be alone for the watch-along. As always, I'll have a co-host with me. Joining me tonight is a man that, well, he's had a big week, let's say that. He's, I can see him laughing in the background. Not only have we found out that he's the star of Alan the Farmer on YouTube with his bongos, he has also managed to get himself a new job today. Congratulations to him. And as well as that, he's found that he's in trouble with the Australian government. So without any further ado, let's bring in my man, Jamie Dumpling. How are you, mate?
That's some intro, but I'm well, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. Before we get into the team news, which I'm going to pass over to you initially, we've got to talk about what happened in Australia. So you've found that you've got a speeding fine from when you went over to Oz. Talk me through it. What have you received through the post, and how did it happen?
Well, it sort of came out of nowhere. I woke up about 6 a.m. this morning to check my phone, and it was a random like $70 Australian come out. I thought, has someone nicked my card info? What's going on here? And I checked who it came out of. Didn't recognize it because it weren't like a supermarket or like a subscription or anything. And then I saw I had an email, and it was the rental company saying, "Yeah, we've received a thing saying that you've actually been speeding only one day that I was driving over there." So no idea when I'll get that in the post. But yeah, that'll probably take a few months. I'm also moving out in like a month and a half, so I won't be here when it arrives. Luckily, I've got parents here. So yeah, just now 50-50 on whether I pay it or not, because they can't really arrest me for not paying because it's a different country.
Well, I'm not going to get into politics, that's for sure. Alan, we have got a second leg tie to discuss, and team news, mate. So you were very quick off the mark, and you put the team news on for us. So thank you very much for that. I'm just going to put that on the bottom of the screen here. Talk us through it, Jamie. So let's go with the home side first. Any surprises in the Bradford lineup, or is it what we expected pretty much?
Well, Bradford from the previous game have made one change. They brought in Bobby Poynton from the who was in from Lapsdale. Both like change, both number 10s. With Bradford liking a 3-4-2-1 formation. So there's not going to be too much of a differentiation. But Bobby Poynton, I believe he's a Bradford fan. So for this game to be at home for them, it'll be a huge occasion for him. But the rest of the team stays the same. As for Bolton, I don't think they've made any sort of changes whatsoever. I could be wrong. But I think Stephen Schumacher, who is a very good manager as well, did brilliantly with Plymouth when he was in charge of them. Got above Ipswich when they both got promoted from League One at the same time. Ipswich, who've gone on to do mental things, ran by a brilliant manager in Kieran McKenna. Shows how good Plymouth were that year with Michael Cooper as well in there. But yeah, Stephen Schumacher not made any changes. I believe he's got them two wingers in Sissoko and Koji Dubry, which are probably some of the best wing partnerships in League One. So it's a really good lineup for them both to go with. I do have some stats for you. Not too many though, just one each. Bradford, they haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 7. And Bolton haven't lost to Bradford in the last 6. They've won 3 and drawn 3.
Yeah, interesting stuff, mate. And I noticed, I looked at the head-to-head from the regular season as well. 2 draws, a draw at Bradford and a draw at Bolton, a 0-0 draw. So 2 teams, as we saw in the first leg, that seem to be quite evenly matched. Games are quite close between them, or certainly they have been this season. I look at the lineups, and as you say, I mean, you look at Bolton, their threats are obviously from the wide areas with Sissoko and Cozy Adubri, who's a player that obviously a lot of people have got an eye on and are wondering where he's going to be next season. Maybe he'll be out on loan in the Championship. Maybe he'll move permanently to the Championship. I know he's someone that some of our supporters, some of the Blades, have talked about. A lot of clubs have been looking at. So he offers a threat. He scored a fantastic goal in the first leg. Really lovely take into the far corner. He was unlucky as well. Bolton could have come away with a 2-0 aggregate lead and hit the inside of the post. So yeah, very unlucky not to come into this with a 2-goal lead. As for Bradford, we were talking about it before we came on. Sarcevic, their top scorer, is a bit of an attacking outlet for them, and they've got the big man Caden up front as well. So it's going to be a really interesting game. It looks like a good turnout. I'm just looking at the stadium. Valley Parade looks pretty full.
Sold out.
Yeah, sold out. Is it?
Yeah.
Not surprised. Big game, and they're well supported as well. Bradford at times when they're going well. And look, it's been a while since they've been in the second tier. I can remember it. You probably can't, Jamie, because you're about half my age. You probably can't remember Bradford being in the Premier League either, or certainly we established that there's no way you could remember that. You probably can't even remember Bolton being in the Premier League, which scares me. But these two, they're big clubs at the level, and be nice to see one of them back in the Championship. Bolton or Bradford, really. I know that there are 1 or 2 Ramblers who are keen to see Bradford make it, the Yorkshire club get up, but we'll see. Bolton have got the advantage at the moment. I'm just going to dive into a couple of comments early on because the gatekeepers started us off tonight. Ian, thanks for joining us, Ian. Good evening, Lou. And Dumpling, if I was you, Lou, I wouldn't give Jamie the keys to the Batmobile. He's a boy racer. Yeah, I think we're going to have to keep an eye on him, aren't we, Ian? That's... I was surprised of all the people. I don't know if I am surprised, actually. I was going to say of all the people I would expect to get a speeding fine, I wouldn't have thought it'd be you, Jamie. But you've surprised us on more than one occasion. We didn't know about Alan the Farmer. That came out of the blue as well. So I can't put anything past you, to be honest. Tezza's joined us tonight. Welcome, Tezza. Dave Morwood, the Cornish Blade. Hello, mate. Evening, Batman. And Jamie Vin Diesel. Pay the fine, big boy. Pay the fine. Up all the rambles. Like and subscribe. I love Dave Morwood. Tezza's coming in with some stats. He's a proper stat man, like Statman Jack. Bradford drew 3 of their final 5 home league games 1-1, which included against Bolton in their last outing at Valley Parade, and Wanderers were division's draw specialists. 18 stalemates in 46 league outings. 9 of Bradford's last 10 home league games fixtures have featured 2 or fewer goals. And given what is at stake, this could be another cagey clash with Bolton, happy to settle for the draw that they require. Yeah, I mean, I think based on that, if Bolton can get themselves an early goal, I mean, they're going to put themselves in a really good position, because it sounds like this is likely to be another tight affair between these two. I'm just looking at some highlights from the first leg. Sarcevic goes through and has a bit of a chance, some good defending. So there were moments in the game for both teams, but I think looking at the stats, Bolton could probably feel that they deserve that 1-0 lead coming into this game, Jamie. Whichever one gets through, they're going to have Stockport in the final. Any early predictions from you, Jamie, in terms of did you pick out a winner for these League One playoffs before it started at all? Did you have anyone in mind?
Well, in my head, it weren't going to be Stevenage. They didn't look very convincing in either playoff games anyways. But they came in 6th place, which Hull are showing doesn't really make a difference, to be fair. If you've got the right form going into it, or just hit form bang on when you get to the playoffs, like Sunderland did, because they lost 5 in a row before the playoffs, and then they won it. So it shows that form it sometimes does make a difference, sometimes doesn't. But I think all 3 remaining sides are really strong. You got Stockport with probably player of the league and Ollie Norwood there, and they've got some really just key players. Louis Barry, brilliant for the level. Maybe it's a question if he can step up if they want to take him when they go if they go up. Sorry, but again, yeah, they're well backed and they've been really successful in the last few years when it comes to promotion. Bradford, again, similar kind of story. Last few years, they've been really well backed. I think the owner is a fan of the club, so he's going to massively back them, and they've lowered ticket prices as well, just to get as many people in the stadium as possible, because they know the numbers make a difference. Not just the feel of the place, but the atmosphere will be a lot more better with. It's what they say. You can have the biggest stadium in the world, but if you've only got 50,000 out of 100,000, it's going to feel a lot worse than something like 20,000 people sold out. It's just packed to the rim, and it's quite a steep stadium, Bradford's. And then you go on to Bolton, just a massive side. Again, some of the attacking threat is really, really good down them wings as well. So it's just that star player, and they've got a manager like Steven Schumacher, who for me is one of the best managers in the league. So it's really going to be close, this. And if it goes down to Bolton versus Stockport playoff final, it's going to be a derby, which is even more pressure on it.
Well, it's good to see Steven Schumacher doing well, because like you say, he did a very good job at Plymouth. Moved on after that to Stoke, if I remember rightly, and it didn't quite work out for him there. Obviously, that at the time, that was probably a difficult club to move forward with. You know, Mark Robbins trying that in more recent times. So it's good to see. It's good to see him back at a big club, a very big club for the level Bolton are playing at, and they'll be hoping to get back into the Championship. Got another comment in from Ray. Thanks for joining us, Ray. Evening, lads. Might be going against the grain here, but I'm hoping Bolton win and get through. Up the ramble, up all the rambles, like and subscribe. Thanks, Ray. Let us know why Bolton would be your choice. I've got, I don't have a particular preference over these two teams. I'm very much neutral. I think as a Yorkshireman, you would probably expect me to go and pick Bradford. I've got some family ties to the Lancashire area as well, and to the area in and around Bolton, and I know a couple of Bolton fans. So yeah, two big clubs at the level, two historic clubs, and hopefully we just get a really good game of football, and we see who comes out victorious. I think it's going to be a great final against Stockport, like you say, Jamie. Some of the players they've got, Ollie Norwood, who we know really well from his time at Sheffield United, is probably arguably the best player in League One. They've got Ben Osborne, who's a really good pro, scored in the first leg of their tie, and a couple of other players as well. Louis Barry went back there after an unsuccessful loan spell with us, has done really well back at that level. So I think it's going to be a really good final, whoever they get. And we'll see, mate. We'll see. We've got about, let me check the time, just over 15 minutes until kickoff, and we'll get into some more stuff about the game. What I would like to know, though, mate, is I kind of gave it away and said that obviously you got yourself a new job. Congratulations, and I know you're moving into your own flat soon. How did it go at the interview? Then did you breeze through it? Were you the easy choice in the end?
I won't go into too much details, obviously, but no, we're a good process. Seemed like good people, and they were just. I think I just got involved, and you know what I'm like. I'm not going to be very shy when it comes to a lot of situations, so I think that helped. But I'm not going to complain. I got the job and I needed one, so happy days.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, mate. It'll be a good experience for you. And what are you feeling about door-to-door selling? You can come to me for some sales advice if you ever need it, Jamie. I can't profess to be God's gift to sales, but I might be able to give you some advice, mate. How are you feeling about doing it? You excited? You're looking forward to your new job and your independence and all that? Sounds exciting to me.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, as James from Shake said in one of the chats, he said you'll have to bath me just to get me out of there. So I can be a tad bit persistent, but you know. We'll have to see how it goes. Even I don't know how well it'll go. It could go amazingly, could go terrible. There's only one way to find out.
I told you, mate. A signed Alan the Farmer LP, signed cover. That's what you need to do. That's the extra incentive to get people to switch their gas and electric. Dawn says, "Evening, Lou and Jamie. Hoping for a good game with goals." Me too, Dawn. Thanks for joining us. Ray says, "I said the other day." But my postman is a big Bolton fan. We have many chats about football. He's a great guy, so that's my reason. Thanks, Lewis. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? We have all these kind of personal ties to to other teams. Obviously, I live in the Bristol area, and so I quite hope for certainly when they're not playing us, I hope for Bristol City to do quite well. Rumours about them potentially moving closer to appointing a manager now. Not going to give away who that is. There are rumours abound in the area that they've had permission to speak to someone. That may come out in a Ramble FC short later. So I've prepared something, sent it to Jimmy. It's only a rumour at this stage, but we'll not, no spoilers. You'll get that later on.
Is it not just the one that BBC Radio Lincolnshire announced about 2 days ago?
No, the consensus is that Skabala, I nearly forgot his name there, is staying at Lincoln. He's not going to go. So Bristol City, I think, were interested and made an approach. That's the belief. But yeah, he's going to stay put. Probably a good thing, I think, for him, because I don't know what you think, Jamie. I think it's a free hit for him next season. I don't think Lincoln are expected to do anything. There's always half a chance that he might overachieve with them and keep him in the division. If he does, then his stock's going to rise even higher. But do you think managers, when they come up with a team like that, do you think when there's interest in them and they don't move, do you think it's potentially a missed opportunity while their stock's a bit high?
I think it depends on the team. Bristol City, they're like mid-table fodder. I mean, last season or like the season before, depending on what you're calling the season we've just had, the one before that, they got the playoffs and they completely dropped off a cliff because they sold the best players and didn't really recruit much better. They got Birch, Zorgan. I think he may have been on loan, but they don't reinvest that well. So for me, Lincoln at the minute, they're really well run. And when Skawala came in, I think Lincoln fans said it was good for him because he was able to drop in and it was brilliant. So where he was able to get his own players, but they were already a good set of players anyways. So they were able to work with him and it's a really well-run club. Whereas Bristol City, you're dropping into the deep end, mid-table team, and it's just, I think, a little bit less ambitious of a club, despite them being more established in the Championship. And I think if he does well with Lincoln, then he could get offered a more top-end job in the Championship rather than a mid-table job, where if he gets offered, well, Scott Parker's left Burnley, so a team like that in sort of a similar position, I think it could match him really well because of where his ambitions would be. And then he's not sat at a team that's not really going to go for it full on like other teams would.
Yeah, and I think with Bristol City and the impression I always get from them, and from, you know, I've got family and friends who support them, and as I say, live in the area. The impression I always get from them is that the supporters are certainly ambitious. I'm sure the players are, but I think they are slightly held back by, probably a bit unfair to say held back by the owner, but I think in Steve Lansdowne they got someone who's a bit more of a kind of wants to be a club custodian. He doesn't want to be a benefactor. Or maybe he just doesn't have the means to be a benefactor. Football's very expensive now, and as you know, you've got to be super wealthy to be able to take a team forward off your own means. So I think they try and do it a different way. They've got great facilities, great stadium, great training facilities. It's a nice community club. Certainly be a good club to manage, I think. But I think the hopes and expectations of the supporters are maybe slightly exceed what they're capable of doing at the moment. Still got potential. I'd love to see Bristol City in the Premier League. I think with a fair win they could do it, but they're going to need to find a special set of circumstances and a special manager to do it, I think. But tonight, obviously, we're focusing on the race to get into the Championship, and that's this game between Bradford and Bolton. We've got a couple or three other comments in here. Just to add, I live on the East Coast, but I'm Sheffield born and bred, says Ray. Me too, Ray. Had to move away myself, but I'm very much a Sheffield boy. Can't take Sheffield out of the boy, that's for sure. Sorry, Ray, I've skipped a message there. Sorry, I put East Coast, meant West Coast. Getting old. Don't get old, lads. I'm afraid it's too late for me, Ray. I'm already getting old. Jamie might be able to preserve himself for a bit longer. Don't get old.
A few grades maybe coming in. I'm not too sure. Depends on lighting.
Some definitely coming in for me. I've got the me and Jimmy have the same haircut because we've got the greys in the side. Just take it all off, and it's so short. I'm probably due again now, to be honest with you, because you can already see him again. Evening, lads, says Tom Not From, who has set up a Sheffield United. What am I talking about? A World Cup prediction league Sheffield United on the brain. To set up a World Cup prediction league. I think you're in it, aren't you, Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in there too. I don't know how many players we've got in now. I've not checked since the other day. Hopefully it's grown a bit. We had quite a few in there though the other day. I think we had 8 or 9 players in there. So that should be interesting. Who did you get, before we go back to the game, who did you get in the sweepstake?
So my stepdad, he got South Korea, and I got Ecuador. Ecuador.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I got Saudi Arabia, and Mrs. Batman got Croatia. So we're hanging all of our hopes on her that Croatia might be able to crawl to the semi-final and might pinch third place, so we get something back. But it's all a bit of fun anyway, and I'm looking forward to pretending that Saudi Arabia have got a chance of winning the World Cup. It'll be a good laugh, I think. Tezza says the first leg was a cagey affair, as they often are, but things could open up as Bradford City chase a result. Both teams have scored in 4. Both teams have scored in 4 of both sides' last 5 games. Yeah, it could be cagey. I think sometimes when it gets into the second leg, especially when a team's fallen behind, it encourages the team that's trailing to come out and have a go, and it becomes a bit of a shootout. Are you expecting that tonight, Jamie? Do you think it'll be cagey, or do you think they'll just go for it from the off?
Well, I think there'll be goals. I think Bradford have to go for it, and with them being at home, they should go for it. Realistically, the atmosphere will be booming. But Sky was showing just before they went in our break, they were showing how both teams' passing styles differ. Bolton was a lot more successful passes and a lot more passes like leading to a goal, whereas Bradford, they were a lot less successful in percentages on passes completed, and there were less passes completed to goal. So I'm guessing, this is pure guesswork, Bolton more like to keep the ball and play out from the back. Bradford don't mind hoofing it up a bit more. So I think potentially we could see that style play go a bit more. But with it being Bradford at home and them just wanting as much of the ball as possible, we could see them go less for hoof ball, and potentially just press a bit more and just try and keep hold of it to stop Bolton potentially going on the counter attack. Or Bolton could keep hold of the ball and still try and play that possession style ball to again stop Bradford trying to get as many chances as possible.
It could be really interesting, couldn't it? Because with Bradford being the home side but trailing, they are more than likely to try and stick it on Bolton a little bit, where Bolton have got something to protect. So I think the first 10, 15 minutes might be a little bit telling in terms of how they're going to approach it. It'd be really interesting to see. Ray says, I've got a soft spot for Bristol City. My son worked in Bristol for Hardman Wallace. I know them. And growing for a few years, so he spent many times down there. Lovely city. Yeah, I live just outside it, Ray, about 10 miles north, about a 25-minute ride into the city centre, just on the kind of rural outskirts. But yeah, it's a great city. I enjoyed living down here. Do miss Sheffield, though. Definitely miss Sheffield. 11 players signed up so far for Predictions League. Thanks, Tom. I was wondering. I've not checked since I signed up. I set it up with room for 100. So get them scores in. It's going to be good, that. I think I'm going to enjoy following that. Jamie Vargas, hello from Dallas, Texas. Hello, mate. Thank you for joining us. We're global again tonight. Bradford City need to be aggressive from the start. I think Bradford will win 2-0. Wow, that'd be dramatic if they can turn it around. Darren says team losing last, didn't go for it, and they were deservedly beaten by what does it say? Beaten by Run Around Ben.
Run Around Ben.
Oh, Run Around Ben. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, so we are just checking Sky. We are 6 minutes until kickoff. Just a reminder to everyone as well. Remember to make sure you subscribe to Ramble FC if you're a Blades supporter, or even if you're not as well. Please do subscribe to the Blades Ramble and the other side. Some really good content. There's also a link in the description that you can become a Platinum Rambler if you want to as well. There's some details in there if you click on the link. And one of the many things you get, which just happens to be here on the side, is this snazzy little Blades Ramble badge. Have you got one of these, Jamie?
It's in the drawer somewhere. I need to get it out if we do one of them awards nights again at some point.
Well, this is the second one I've had. My original was taken by someone very, very special talk to you off air about that. But
I think I can guess.
It was a case of Jimmy coming over to me. Has anyone got a badge? I'm like, I have. He's like, give me, and ran off with it and gave it to someone else. So I finally got this back on awards night. So let's see. We've got a couple of other comments here. And
I do want to point out, by the way, it was just showing the Stockport manager in the ground, and they were checking that he had a valid ticket for the game. I don't know why they're checking someone like that of all people. Like, you would have thought he's not trying to sneak into the ground.
Well, I mean, the way to do it at the moment is not to go and watch the game. It's to hide in the bushes outside and at the training ground. So, they should have just let him in anyway. He's been honest enough just to come to the game and scout the game rather than hiding in shrubs and bushes to spy on the opposition. We'll not get into that again because that is, I agree with Jimmy to some extent. Bit of a storm in a teacup. I think it's naughty. I think they deserve to be punished for it. I think they'll only get a fine for it, Southampton. I can't see anything worse than that. What did you make of it all, Jamie? What was your opinion on it?
Well, I think it's a bit mental because from the sounds of it, when he used his card, the spy, it's linked to being spent nearby to other football clubs in the Championship. So there's a chance they can trace it back to other teams in the league. And if they get the dates right and line up to be nearby to a game where Southampton played them, they could potentially get charged for doing it other teams. That'd be a lot more harder because it's less concrete. But there'd be significant evidence to support it. And I think if they could do that, then it gets to more extremes than fines. It could be a potential like points deduction, suspending on them in the next Championship season, whether that's if they go up and come back down, it's then happened, or if they get it next season and don't qualify for the Premier League via the playoffs this season. But it's going to be really interesting just the way it goes about it, because I imagine if they were to delay the game, the sort of organising everything, with it being a neutral ground at Wembley, trying to rent out the stadium, sort out public transport, everything logistically would be a nightmare. And I can't see that happening. And also, it's a case of, well, do you punish them for just doing it to Middlesbrough? Because then you give it to Middlesbrough, obviously. But if you're also punishing them for doing it to other teams, then surely you argue 7th place should have been there instead of Southampton. And then your fixtures are changing altogether. 6th is playing 3rd, and whoever. Well, it would be Middlesbrough versus Hull, and then Millwall versus whoever came 7th. So it'd be just reorganising everything. I think because of how difficult it would be to organise, I can't see them doing it.
No, I think this is the thing, in that you could go on forever with the punishments. I mean, I've been hearing today about them potentially delaying the final and whatnot. I just think at this stage it's too late for all that. I think it's progressed too far. There need to be clearer guidelines and clearer rules on what the punishments are for it, and then no one can argue. The trouble is when it's been left a little bit open with, to be, you have a hearing about it that has to take so long, and then the club's got so long to appeal to it, just creates too much confusion and too much uncertainty. They need to crack down on it and get the rules right. But just looking now, mate, the players are on the pitch, the teams are up on the screen. I'm just going to try and get one or two more comments before we start. Out of all the Ramblers, Jamie's the only one I've met at the lane, says Ray, and had a nice chat with him. Went to Oz. Hello, Jamie. Ollie from the Dwarf. Rich says, evening, lads. I think this is going to be a cracking game. Only live outside Bradford, so soft spot for the chicken. Oh, for the chicken, for the Bantam, yeah. Hoping they get the win. Darren says, I'm still waiting for my badge. Get it sorted, Jimmy. You'll probably end up with mine, Darren, more than likely, and then I'll be waiting for a third one. Jamie Vargas says, I'll be heading to the UK for the Euros in 2028. And any suggestions to see and any dishes to try? Southampton should be punished for Spygate. Any dishes to try? What would you recommend to Jamie? What would you recommend to him if he's in the Yorkshire area when he comes over for the Euros?
Well, if you go to Sheffield, go to London Road, you can literally get any sort of cuisine out there in the world. Brilliant place. But I think if you come here, try and avoid London and see the other side of the country. It's a lot better. Everything about it, especially up north, Manchester, Liverpool. I think they're hosting games for it, so definitely go there. Who's the other northern stadiums? Newcastle, definitely go there, and then just try and see as many big cities as possible. Avoid Birmingham. I'd just do that anywhere sort of in the Midlands. Otherwise, you're probably having to wear a hazmat suit for all the radiation down there. But yeah, just stay as north as possible. Sheffield and up, realistically.
Here. Darren says, if Southampton get a fine and get promoted, will they pay it or just ignore it by being in the Prem under a different organisation in charge? I don't know, Darren. That's the thing. It's so uncertain at the moment as to what's going to happen. I think they will get a hefty fine. I've no idea at the amount. I've heard some crazy high amounts in the tens of millions. I've heard some small amounts of money as well. What do you think a fitting punishment is for it, Jamie, at this stage? If to not punish them by taking them out of the playoffs, what would you think would be fair?
I think it has to be a suspended punishment, just because if they go up, you can't really. My Sky just went weird. Then they've also switched around sides. Whoever won the coin toss, but again, it's really difficult to organise just because of the Premier League and EFL being different organisations. So I think easiness would probably be the suspended punishment. But again, whether they want to do that or not, and whether they can organise that or not, is another question.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what unfolds over the next few days and even over the coming weeks. We've kicked off, Jamie. At the moment, I'm on 27, 28, 29 seconds. Whereabouts are you?
Mine literally just kicked off then, so you're going to need to pause it.
Okay.
Just let me know what point you're at.
I'm at 37 seconds, so give me a shout when you get there.
I'm about 30 seconds behind you, so it's not too bad, to be fair, the delay. I thought it'd be 37, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're nearly there anyways. Bradford have just lumped it up. Yeah, they're probably going to play a lot more lump ball, which, to be fair, I don't mind. It's I think you get more random, entertaining results out of it, whereas the slow progressive way, it can lead to better results, but again, slow games. I'm on 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. We in?
Yeah, we're in. And they're playing a bit of head tennis at the moment. Clearance by Bolton there. And they're going to come away with the ball. That's a ball down the line to Cozier Dewberry. Really good pass. He gets onto the end of it, cuts inside on his left foot. He's going to try and take aim, and he fires a shot over the bar. So an early sight of goal for Bolton from about 20 yards out on the right-hand side. Cozier Dewberry showing how much of a threat he is, Jamie. He was closed down pretty quickly then as well by 2-3 players, and he skips away from them all. He looks a talent. Do you think he's someone that could go into the Championship next season and make an impact?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you would have said that about someone like Louis Varian. He looked like a child in a man's game. He was someone that seemed like he would just straight out of academy football, not used to the physicality. I think Maestri may have just jumped ahead, but it'll be fine. He'll cut back in a few seconds. We'll get it lined up. It might be a few off. But I think Cozier Dewberry, it's helped because of his pace, which Louis Barry also ironically has, but it's just the way he plays. There's just something about it where he just seems to suit the Championship, I think. And with potentially just a fullback helping him out, I think he could do really well. But again, it's just going to be, you can only find out once he gets there. Sometimes players you do not know until they get there.
It's true, and it's physically different, and it's a bit more demanding in different ways. I think the thing I like about Cozier Dewberry, which I think will give him a chance at the next level, is that he's not only quick and athletic. He's he can go down the outside sometimes. Obviously, favours cutting in on that stronger left foot, but he's got one or two strings to his bow, and he's got a little bit of upper body strength as well, where he can hold people off. Good awareness. I think he'd do all right at the next level, and I think certainly talking from a Sheffield United point of view, we are looking for wingers in the summer. We definitely need wingers, certainly if we're going to play with them like we have been doing. He's got to be someone that we'd be looking at. Be interesting if we did go for a player like that though, Jamie, because they're going to be up against Andre Brooks, who's come on a little bit at the end of last season and has has shown that he's developing into a decent player. I think still got a little bit of a way to go. Obviously, got an award at the end of the season too, a Player of the Year award. I think it was the Players Player award that he won,
and the young player,
Yes, quite right. And I think it'll be interesting to see if we do bring some players in those areas. He's going to have a bit of competition. Of course, he's been out with an injury recently and trying to make his way back. Did tell me though on the night, Jamie, that he's expecting to be back for the start of next season, and he's confident on that, and he's feeling okay. So that's good news. Just looking at Mason Burstow there, who's leading the attack for Bolton. He's been on loan from Hull this season. He'd be another one, Jamie. He's done all right this season. I was just looking earlier at how many goals he'd scored this season, something like 11 or 12. I'm just going to double check. He's had a decent season for Bolton. 12 goals and 6 assists this season. A young player. Be interesting to see what happens with him in the summer, whether Hull loan him out again, or depending on their situation, whether they're in the Premier League or not, what they do with him. Bradford looking for a potential foul there in the Bolton area. Nothing doing from the referee.
I think with Hull, it just depends on what the league going to be in, because I think they've still got the transfer embargo either for the full next season or half season next year.
Yeah.
So if they've got that, then they'll more than likely use him. But again, if they're in the Prem, they're not going to have the embargo. Sissoko playing ball in here, but it's just been cleared out by Bradford. But again, it just depends, because like we saw with Sheffield United, we got a transfer embargo in the Championship. In Bradford coming away here, I thought he were offside as well.
He looked well offside, Sarcevic, didn't he?
Yeah, played on though, just ball down the wing here, but plenty of bodies have flooded back now. Again, they were trying to go for the counter, but it didn't work. Bradford do have a throw in here, dangerous position. I think just trying to get the fans up for it. But as I was saying, when Sheffield United got promoted from the to the Premier League, the transfer embargo we had got cut short temporarily just while we were in the Prem because of them being different bodies. Yeah. So if they get promoted, then they're obviously going to buy a load of players. They've got an owner that will back them well, even though he's a bit loony. Long throw played here by Bradford, flicked on, and it was about to go out for a corner, but the Bolton keeper, I think it's Bonham. Yeah, Bonham. He just goes well and just gets out before it goes out for a corner, and he just booted it along here straight to Walker in the other net. But yeah, as I was saying, purely depending on league, but in layman's terms, they're more likely to use him just because they want as much help as they can. And I think Joe Geldart, they won't be able to buy him, so they'll be losing quite a few players. And if they can use the free market again, well, because they can pay well on wages, then it may come to their advantage on that part.
Yeah, and they've done really well with that this season. And Jukanovic, who I'll be honest, I'd never heard of when they appointed him as manager, has done a terrific job with him. Brought the team together. They've got a good team unity, good spirit. I thought they were excellent against Millwall in that second leg.
It's a late foul by Bolton that I think I'll be amazed if he doesn't get booked here. Just seems to completely miss the ball, but it's Metcalf that's been fouled.
Yes, it's going to be a Bradford free kick. Looks like just around about halfway. We are into the 7th minute of the game. It's still Bradford 0, Bolton 0. Bolton obviously leading from that first leg 1-0 on aggregate. And now just over the halfway line, Bradford are going to take a free kick, probably a long diagonal ball forward. There is a short option, but he goes long. And that's going to go all the way out of play. But great crowd in Valley Parade tonight, Jamie. It's absolutely packed, as you said, sold out. And it looks like a Premier League fixture with that crowd there. It's absolutely packed to the rafters.
Well, it's a small ground. I think they've only got about 25,000. They've not even got 30,000+. So they've done really well with the way they've structured the ground because of how steep it is. It feels a lot bigger. And when it's packed out, even if it's less numbers, it's going to feel like it's just a lot bigger than it is because of how loud it'll be. And Bradford, they've got a really good following. And with how cheap tickets are at the minute for a lot of the games, they'll be just wanting to get as many people in the ground as possible. And a lot of younger fans who will be more all for it and positive about the game. I do think it's a bit more complicated on pricing, though, for the playoffs. If I remember right, all 4 teams in the playoffs have to agree to a price. They can't just have one team decide their own price and then everyone else has to do their own. I think everyone agrees to it. So it's still impressive the fact that they've been able to sold out. But this is the best Bradford have done in quite some time. I think they got promoted only a year or two ago now from League Two.
Yeah. And they they had Mark Hughes in charge at one point as well, which was a really surprising appointment for me. Ex Premier League manager, obviously not there now, but they seem to be climbing back to where they were. They were a pretty established Championship, second tier side at one point when I was probably when I was about your age, Jamie. But yeah, fell from grace, and after a spell in the Premier League, I think hit a little bit of financial trouble as well. But they seem to be on their way back. We can see when they're going well and when they've got something to play for, how well supported they can be. So it's a decent sized city, Bradford, and the surrounding area. They've got some good support around there. But 1-0 down at the minute and looking for a way to level this tie. And we've got a few more comments to read. Sherry says, I love both teams, man. I have a dilemma tonight. Yeah, I think I'm on the fence as well. No preference, just hoping for a good game. Racers is a decent crowd in there. Not sure what it holds. Jamie was just explaining that to us. But fans from both sides have turned up. They certainly have. They've turned up in their numbers.
25,000 capacity stadium. That's really impressive for this level.
Yeah, it's incredible for this level. And Darren says Barry looked that young that Jamie would have banned him off the cop. Division. Third is his best centre back level. Centre back? CB? I always think centre back when I see CB. What does he mean there? CB level.
Third in.
I misread that. Sorry, Darren, you'll have to clear that one up. Jamie says, please do me a favour and beat Hollywood FC next season. Tired of hearing about Wrexham. Yeah, you and me both.
We're trying.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Chris Wilder? I'm probably not the right person to ask, Jamie, because I'm a Chris Wilder disciple. Not everyone is in the Ramble. I am. I'm grateful for what he did for our football club the first time and the second time as well, when he came back and we weren't going so well. And I think he deserves a chance to try and take us back to the Premier League next season. It's going to be tough for him, but I don't see as there's anyone out there that I would rather have at the moment. Jamie, your view on that?
Well, I think it's best put because the majority of my social medias, that's my profile picture. I don't know how well it's coming across at the minute, but I think you can take a guess of what it is. I'm a pretty big fan of Wilder. Pretty big. Put it this way, the only football I've seen is Wilder, Hecky, Slav, Hecky, Wilder, Sellers, Wilder. So I've not seen much. Soko coming away here down the left-hand side, he goes out of play. But again, they just try and get down the wings, Bolton, the majority of the time. But Bradford, they aren't hanging them out. Their wing-backs are really getting up high, just trying to help the attacking lot get forward.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to keep going like this as well. His second leg, it's a shootout, and it's now or never if you want to get to Wembley. Jimmy just messaged me to say we had the aggregate score the wrong way around, Jamie. So it's all right. We'll take collective blame for it.
Well, forgive me, but it wasn't even on in the first place, Jimmy, the time that you put it on. So, yeah, you pipe down on saying we did it wrong. You didn't even put it in. Bolton just had a free kick, very dangerous position, just outside the box. Definitely not a penalty, but very dangerous free kick.
It is in a dangerous area. It's a definite free kick as well. He takes him out there, both legs. He's only getting his own back, Jamie, because you pull him up on absolutely every little thing. So it's turned into a back and forth now. Free kick, as you say, in a dangerous area. What do you think here, Jamie? Cozy Dewberry on his left peg?
Well, he's one of the players lined up, but I'll be honest, I have no idea who takes free kicks for Bolton. So I think I'm about to learn with a lot of people who takes them. I think this will make someone happy. There you go. You're happy now. In fact, there's about 5 players stood over the ball here for Bolton with the 6th wandering over. So yeah, the very sort of tactically a few of them moved away now. It's just the two of them now being Cozy Dewberry, and I can't tell who that is. Number 8 is. He's taken it. Just that was one of the worst free kicks. Just he's hit the chest of all the people in the wall, and they didn't even jump. So yeah, pretty poor free kick.
Josh Sheehan, Welshman, fires that straight into the wall. So yeah, poor free kick. I'd have been inclined from that position, Jamie, over on that kind of right hand, looking at the right hand post, direct on Cozy Dewberry into the far corner. I think would have been my preference in terms of how to set up. But it remains 0-0. We're in the 14th minute of the game. I'm just going to try and get a few more comments in while that ball goes out for a throw-in. Jimmy's here as well. Evening, boys. Come on the Bantams. Jimmy has been an action coach event today, hence why I'm here with Jamie presenting this watch along to you. So hopefully you all enjoy it. Thanks for joining us, Jim. Jack says, good evening, lads. How are you both? Well, let's have an out of 10, Jamie. How are you out of 10?
About an 8.5. Something's gone bad, something's gone brilliantly.
That's fair enough. I think I'm an 8. I'd say I'm an 8 at this point. I always perk up a little bit when I come on and do these streams. It's always good fun and just nice to watch a game of football as well. Looks like Bradford have got a corner, mate.
He's pointing, being a Bradford fan, he's just getting the fans up. He'll know what it means just as much as they do. And the fact he's started him over the previous game for the home fixture, I think is a really big call. But it's someone you want in this type of game where you're 1-0 down. It's going to be scrappy. You just need someone to get it back, scruff and neck, and not a bad player at this level. I think it's a really smart move by Bradford's management team. I don't know who the Bradford manager is. Someone please tell me.
Graham Alexander.
Which you're bobbling about here. No one really claimed it, but it's just cleared out a little bit onto the edge of the box. Bradford do keep it, though. Played back out wide here over the top. And it's just headed, I think it's headed out for a goal kick now. It was headed to keep it in, but he completely missed and went out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, out of play for a goal kick. So that max power corner ultimately came to nothing, but decent corner into the box. Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say Graham Alexander is the manager at Bradford now. Again, a player I don't know if you would remember from your youth. I certainly remember him from mine, Jamie. Really good penalty taker, Graham Alexander. Played for Burnley, played for Preston from memory, and I believe never missed a penalty. Really good penalty taker.
Well, he stopped playing in 2012. I was 6 years old at that point. So yeah, not really the majority of my life he was playing. But to say he only just stopped playing about 10 years ago, 14 years ago, he must have been getting on a bit because he looks about 90, and I've just checked. He is 54, so God, how old will he be when he retired? 2012, so it'll be.
He played quite a long career. Yeah, he had a bit of longevity. Graham Alexander looked after himself. He was a good pro, and I'm surprised. Do you know what? It frightens me that he's that old because I remember him in his 30s. That's scary. That's how fast time passes. And now we've got to make the most of each day because we only get a few trips around the sun, and we've got to make the most of it. And I mean, he did because he had a terrific career and still in football as a manager, looking to take a team to the championship. James says my half cuz played for Bradford in the 80s and 90s. Let us know who that was, James. I might remember him. I am just about old enough to remember players from that era. Doesn't Jamie remember Positive Nigel?
Just missed him. Literally just missed him. Thank God for Wilder.
Positive Nigel. Yeah, the less said about that, the better. The wisdom of geese.
Mr. Adkins. Who was better, Adkins or Sellers? Sorry, who was worse? I think that's a more appropriate way to put it.
Who was worse? Based on the sample size we have, Sayers. I don't think there's ever been a worse manager. Possibly David Weir, but David Weir won a game.
Sellers.
David Weir won a game, so I think Sayers has got pound for pound. I say pound for pound because he only had a few games, but the few games he had were absolutely dire, were dreadful. He's got to be the worst manager I've seen at Sheffield United in my lifetime.
He's a PE teacher. I'm sorry, that's his level.
Yeah, and it's not personal. Look, I nothing personal against the guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I wish him well, but he wasn't cut out to manage our club. No, exactly. He wasn't cut out to manage our club. He was a bad choice at the time. He was a victim of that in a way, but in another way, he probably walked away with a bit of money as well. Probably a nice payoff. So look, just one of those things. We'd all take the job, whether we're all capable of doing the job, as well as a Chris Wilder or many other managers that I could roll names off of. It's one of those things. But yeah, certainly he was worse than Adkins, and he was I would say he was marginally worse than David Weir as well.
There's only a few players / managers that I dislike personally, and they're at a point where I don't feel comfortable actually naming them on camera because they're just that bad personality wise. I'll give you a hint. One of them, well, in fact, no, I won't give you a hint because you can probably just take a guess at the type of people they are or what they did.
A guess? What ones you don't like? You mean?
No, I'm saying you can probably guess. Don't take a guess because they're not great people anyways. But yeah, you can probably guess the type of people I'm thinking of.
Yes, I probably could. Dave Morwood says you couldn't make it up. Couldn't make it up. Fast Jamie on. And the Bolton manager is called Schumacher. Oh, he's referring to Expedient Fine. Sorry, Dave. Yeah, it completely flew over my head, that Schumacher. Yeah. He's. I would say it sounds like Jamie's more like Max Verstappen. But by the way, do you know where it was you were caught?
What do you mean?
In terms of your misdemeanor.
I've got no idea. I just got told that I was done that day. I was driving for about 12 hours that day, so I've got no idea. I drove about 400 odd kilometers.
Yeah, that's probably not advisable for your health either, and that was maybe why you were a little bit over somewhere, trying to get somewhere. But
we'll put it this way: half the place were in the middle of nowhere, and it were pitch black. So it's probably one of them where I'm more focused on actually trying to get somewhere and didn't see my speed. So there we go. That's probably it.
Speed camera in the outback. Darren says
they don't disclose where they are pretty much any of the time. Someone put in the Platinum chat, they got caught on the phone, but they were like maneuvering it around just because it might have been in the way or something. But they hide the cameras and then just make it so that you don't know they're there just to catch out as much as possible. Disgraceful. Honestly, I'm considering not going back, and if I don't want to go back, I don't need to pay the fine.
That's one approach. That's one approach to take. We're in the 26th minute we're entering into now, and it's still Bradford 0, Bolton 0. Bolton winning 1-0 on aggregate. 22nd minute. Did I say 26th? I meant 22nd.
Yeah.
Darren said, didn't mean to put CB in third is his level. Mark Hughes is manager at Carlisle. Oh, right. Oh, yes, he is. Yeah, forgot about that. They got beaten in the playoffs last week. Ray says, don't you remember Jimmy Cyril, Jamie? Long before your time. Yeah,
Jimmy Cyril.
Jamie.
I need to look that name up.
Oh, you've got him Googling now, Ray. What have you done?
Oh my God, he died in 2000. I was 2 when he died. Sound like he was young. He was 85, 86. When did he retired in the late 50s.
Let's see how much we can get Jamie Googling tonight as Bolton come forward with the ball. It's over to Sissoko on the left. Overlapping run. That's going to be cut out by the Bradford defence.
Oh, that's poor.
They're going to clear the ball.
Poor. Just cleared out from Bradford there. They keep playing the long ball, but again, it's not working bad for them by any means. They're just a bit unlucky because Bolton are doing really well defensively. They may not have many bodies flying by, but the ones they do are playing very well at the minute.
Caden Jackson chasing a lost cause there back to the keeper. It's now back up the other end of the pitch with a Bolton throw deep into the Bradford half on the right-hand side. Not a frantic tempo to this yet. I think two teams kind of went for it a little bit early on and now are just trying to settle down and get some possession. Long raking ball forward by Bolton centre half. That's over to Cozy Dewberry. Bolton still with the ball, high on the right-hand side. And Bradford are going to tidy that up and come away with the ball. Toure playing it forward, max power, and that's given away again to Cozy Adubri. Sissoko to burst on his chest. But Bradford are going to tidy up again and look to work the ball forward. Again, though, they give the ball away from a clearance.
It's poor, this, from Bradford. Ball played in behind, and it's just out for a corner here. Just a bit scrappy defending. Bolton looking like they're coming on strong here. I've just realised as well why the views look abnormally high for a neutral League One fixture. It's because he's got it on Twitter, live streaming, where it's ad-free.
There you go.
Ad-free.
Ad-free. They are abnormally high. I was looking at it a minute ago thinking, wow, we've got 176 people watching at the moment. If you are watching, remember to hit the like button. It helps the channel. All helps. Your views, your likes. And, of course, subscribe to Ramble FC. Remember to do that as well. Rodriguez with a corner for Bolton. It's an in-swinger.
This is disgraceful. Oh, nearly scored here, but it's just wide. It's hit a bit awkwardly from whoever managed to get a strike on. Corners at the minute are doing my head in. It just seems to be swarm the keeper, everyone in 6-yard box, to get as close together as possible, and then just swarm out and foul everyone while you're doing it. West Ham, Arsenal, disgrace for it. Arsenal done it all season, yet West Ham do it once and they're not allowed to do it. Don't get me started. Ball whipped in here, just looking for the to get on end swinger for a Cozy Adubri running, but it's just gone out for a goal kick for Bradford.
Yeah, it was Owen Toll on the end of that corner, and it just caught him off guard a little bit, didn't it? Jamie came to him a bit unexpectedly, a little bit quickly onto his right foot, and just kind of cannoned off him. But a decent chance. Graham Alexander there talking to his assistant, one of the other members of staff on the Bradford bench. It is a nice stadium, Valley Parade. Like you say, it's quite steep, Jamie. It's quite on top of you. It probably makes a good sound when it's full.
Yeah, for 25,000, it's really well. It looks really good. But to be fair, I'm one of the teams. Like I want Stockport to go because of the Sheffield United connection. But I wouldn't mind Bradford or Bolton going up because they're both not got small stadiums by any means. Decent away allocation, and they're both local as well. All three teams that will go up are semi-local in some aspects, so it's not like it's going to be a far away day. Sissoko coming on here, I think I'm amazed he's not given that for a foul. I thought 2 Bolton players that got fouled just in the run-up. It were Rodriguez and Sissoko. I think both looked like they got fouled, but nothing got given. Bradford do have the ball here, though. Just switched it over to about the middle of the pitch.
One back by Bolton.
I think Pointing just dispossessed. It might have been Cozy Adubri came away with it here, but Bradford still going here. Out wide, Pointing, just left-hand side of the box. Played it back, ball whipped in here.
Headed down.
Sarcevic, play back. Just sort of scrambling around here. Bolton get it cleared onto the edge box. Bradford keep hold of it, though, just trying to play around it, looking for an opening. Bradford do just manage to get a clearance from Johnston. Very passionate. I think it's the away end towards the in the same end that the Sky cameras are.
Normally it would be, yeah. So my memories of, and I'm just looking at which side they're pointing from. Yeah. So from memory, I've been to Valley Parade to watch Sheffield United on a couple of occasions. And I don't know if it's the same as back then. We're talking 20 years ago. But it's one of those strange situations where you're not behind the goal. You sat at the side, but sort of towards the corner. A little bit like Selhurst Park was the same. You'd be sat in the side rather than behind the goal. And to me, the classic layout is the away fans go behind one of the goals. But not at Bradford. Or certainly not when I went. So
Molyneux for Wolves as well has that. It's very weird to sit in. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, interestingly, you've been to Ashton Gate as well, haven't you? Bristol City.
Yeah, really good away ground. Really enjoyed that one.
Well, where they put the away fans, the Atio stand, that used to be like their main home end.
It's just over the bar. Bradford just trying to get away quickly, but it's just wide. Sorry, mate. Go ahead.
It's like Caden there with an effort, wasn't it, from 20, 25 yards over the bar. The Atio at Ashton Gate used to be their main home end. It used to be like their cop at one time. and then when they redeveloped the ground, that was the only bit that they didn't get round to, and that hence is the oldest and most tired bit. So that's where they shove the away fans now. But it used to be very much where the hardcore home supporters sat. And ball's going to go out of play. Looks like that's going to be a goal kick. 29th minute of the game, still Bradford 0, Bolton 0. Bolton with that 1-goal lead from the first leg. Couple more comments. I need to go watch a Sheffield United match, says Jamie Vargas. Yes, you do. Make sure you get over to Bramhall Lane when you do come over. Hopefully, we'll be going better than we did this season. If Bolton don't go up, they should sign a proven manager. I think, as Jamie said, to be honest, boss, they've got a decent manager at the level in Schumacher. I don't think they could do too much better than that, to be honest with you, in terms of experience and ability. Ray said we've had some terrible managers over the years, but Sayers tops that list. I think I would agree. James says my half cuz was Paul Tomlinson. Yes, I think I vaguely remember that name. Also played for United at 16, was in the Bradford team that got promoted to the Prem. Okay. Yeah, I do sort of vaguely remember that name, I think. Not one that I can really recall seeing play, but Rahan runs himself out of play for Bolton just over the hoardings. He's okay.
Looked like you were about to knock over the cameraman there.
Yeah.
Went flying.
Anthony Littlewood says Heckingbottom. Yeah, I think he's on the Sky team tonight,
Yeah.
Heckley. I don't know if he's recommending him for a job at Bolton there.
Well, a lot of Preston fans are quite unhappy with him at the minute. They've got record low points totals back-to-back season with him in charge. He had a really good start this season, but they completely fell off a cliff, and it's just been really disappointing from their end. It's position-wise, they're pretty much not changed, but Preston, they're just the worst of Bristol City for being mid-table fodder or mandems, whatever you want to call it. They're just no progress whatsoever. And I think Harrison Armstrong, when he got recalled in January, I think he killed him. Cozy Dewberry just trying to beat his man here. But I think they're just slightly doubling up on him here. And Bradford do get it out him. So playing it out from the back. Cozy Dewberry does win it back here. So tracking back, that's really good to see. They are coming on here again, Bolton. I think it's Rodriguez. It's deflected. And keeper just claims it quite easily.
Yeah, as you say, they're doubling up a little bit on Cozy Dewberry. They know he's the main threat for them, as he proved in the first leg. Sarah says, evening, lads. Evening, Sarah. Ray says, another one, Jamie to Google, John Harris. Oh, Jamie's got to know who John Harris is, surely.
I know Bob Harris.
Another Blades legend, different kind of Blades legend, as the Bantam mascot gives the ball back for a throw-in.
Right, I'm not even looking. I've seen what year he was born. I don't even need to look at the rest.
Throw-in now for Bolton, deep inside their own half.
I think they're pushing it a little bit on how high up they can get, because it's getting the Bradford fans really up for it now. And oh my God, yeah, he did walk up really far. Not very happy though. The Bolton wingback, I think it's Osei Tutu. I've got it open here on the side, the lineup to hand, so don't forget it. Yeah, he's not very happy about it. Lumped up long though by Cozy Dewberry.
And Bradford going to lump the ball forward now. Long raking ball headed away. As far as Cozy Dewberry, who manages to come away with it, he's looking for Burstow, doesn't quite find him. Bradford tidy that up, goes back to the keeper. Into the 32nd minute of the game, still 0-0 on the night. And we've got 199 people watching this watch along, 200 now. Thank you very much to everyone for joining us. Please remember to hit the like button. And if you're not already subscribed to Ramble FC, please do.
And we've dropped 4 viewers.
Because I asked for a subscribe. I'll stop asking for subs. Keep the views up. It's climbing again.
Jackson looked like he was fouled just sort of near Bolton's edge of box, but nothing's given. He's just told to get back up. Ref does seem to be playing a lot on at the minute. He's just trying to keep the game flowing, which, to be fair, not a bad thing by any means. It's just we'll probably see a lot more crunching fouls flying in as we get later on into the game. Bolton just trying to play some nice stuff, staying down the wings, but it's just cut out here, lumped up, cleared again by Bradford. And it's just long ball a lot of the time for Bradford. But again, they're not looking bad. I don't think this game's staying 0-0 by any means. But again, Bolton could get something like that as much as Bradford do try and take control of the game.
Now Bolton now looking to just get their foot on the ball a little bit inside their own half. Switch the ball across to Johnston at left back. He's going to drive over halfway. Knocks it down the line to Sissoko. He's going to try and take on 2 Bradford players. A couple of little step overs, a cross on his left foot. That's going to be headed clear. And Bradford just clearing their lines, getting that ball forward. But that's the way Bolton will want it. They'll want to just collect those long balls and start building again and move forward patiently with the ball. They don't have to chase the tie. They're winning it at the moment. Cozy Dewberry goes backwards to Owen Toll.
Yeah, it does seem like Bolton are controlling the game a bit more now, just trying to play the way they like to. Bradford do seem to just play with a bit less possession anyway, so it probably just suits both teams quite well, even if Bradford were playing with a bit more possession at the start. But they have just nicked the ball here, ball down the wing here, just looking for a crossing, and it's out for a corner for Bradford. The crowd is really getting going here. It's really potentially having a good impact on Bradford, and he'll be putting Bolton on just the backs just to be a bit more cautious with things going forward, because the right wing back and left wing backs for both teams, to be fair, but Bradford especially, is really coming on. And I'll be honest, I don't think it's the best idea for me to. Is it? No, it's not. It's Newfield. I thought it might have been Tilt. I think it's pronounced.
It
I
is.
thought that might have been a bit wrong. But yeah, just a corner at the minute for Bradford. Crowd really going up for him. Corner taken here, just cleared away by Bolton, and Bradford do keep hold of it. I think it's Cozy Dewberry just on the press. He's not hanging about when it comes to his movement, so I can see why a lot of teams are keen for him. He's not someone like Jez Saki, which a lot of people like myself considered a bit lazy. Bradford trying to again lump it up. It did look like a foul for them though, but ref again plays on, and they're just trying to keep possession here a little bit just so they can recycle it again long. But Bolton on the pressure.
Oh,
played in there,
that through ball
on the counter, but it's just missed out by Burstow. Unlucky that, but again, they've done that a few times now, and they're still on the high press. They're not hanging about Bolton. Bradford just trying to pass around them, and which, to be fair, they don't usually do. But they're not doing bad by any means when it comes to it. They're just spraying it around the back, just trying to look for any gaps, and they are progressing now. I think the moment they get into midfield with someone like Pointed, they can easily progress it, and it is cleared out by Bolton for a Bradford free kick. It's doing my head in the fact these both begin with B.
Bradford Bolton.
Yeah. Bit of a tongue twister. And yeah, we're looking like Bradford were trying to get on again from the throw-in, but the keeper just closed, and Bolton trying to play out from the back again here. Nearly missed that, but Rodriguez does well to collect, and he just plays it back to the centre backs, who plays it to the keeper, and it's lumped up long all the way up to, I think the aim is Sissoko, but they just miss him. Bradford just get the ball back and just go to recycle it again down the right wing back position, and it's just out for a front there, throwing for Bradford. I'm running out of words.
He used a lot of them there. Save some for the second half. Fewest touches in this match, Anthony Sarcevic and Caden Jackson topping it, which shows that Bradford aren't getting the ball to their forwards very much in this, and something they're going to need to do if they're going to get themselves back into this tie.
We say that Sarcevic just taking a touch here, trying to win the ball back, but he's a bit unlucky. And if you notice, every single one of the few touch players was a Bradford player. So yeah, they're not too keen on having possession anyways. They can give or take it. Bolton on the count here, though. I think a foul may have been in the build-up play. Cozy
it's a mistake.
Outside of the boot. Rodriguez unlucky there just to claim it. I think whoever it were at centre half for Bradford, I think it might have been right. He just gets enough on it just to stop Bradford Bolton getting it to Sissoko, because that's a brilliant outside the football to Sissoko, and he's just missed him, and it's chested away, but I think right. and he's done very well. That if he misses it, then it's straight to Sissoko. In fact, it might have not been him.
Well, it was
Baldwin. No idea
Baldwin.
what either. Yeah, Baldwin. No idea what either looked like. But now, know what Baldwin looks like.
Yeah, Baldwin on his chest there, nearly making a grave mistake straight into the path of Rodriguez, but he just about ran away from the Bolton number 10. And they survived that one. They had Cozy Dubry at 1 point 1-on-1 with one of the defenders, didn't quite come to anything. Bradford now with a throw.
Down the wing.
It's a cross.
Ball in, yeah. Jack Sarcevic just misses it. Keeper claims well.
Yeah, Bolton keeper Bonham comes out and claims that well. He's going to roll that out, and Bolton are going to look to build from the back. Certainly being a little bit more patient and progressive through the thirds with the ball than Bradford are. Bradford looking to go a little bit more direct at times, Jamie, as you expected, as you predicted.
Yeah, and Bolton, they're looking for a high press and just playing on the counter. They may be trying to keep hold of the ball, but they know that with it being an away fixture, Bradford being desperate for a goal, they're not always going to get a lot of the ball, even if they want to have it. So they're just going to try and play on the counter as well if they can. They are being pressed a little bit here, Bolton, by Bradford's attack, but they've managed to get out well. They are doing a little bit of counter, but again, long ball, but again, they're still trying to keep hold of it. It's dotted about here, but Bolton playing the ball here well. And Sissoko just out wide, looking to cut in on his favoured right, on his left, deflecting, it goes out for a corner. Baldwin again getting in front of it.
Yeah, Baldwin with a good block there against Sissoko. It was a fantastic run. Looked like Owen Toll from the back there. Fantastic run forward, gets it to Sissoko, who sees a little sight of goal. Lets fly with his left foot. Good defending from Baldwin. And that is going to be a Bolton corner. Toll looks like that run has taken its toll. Run through the middle. Fantastic run it was. And playing the ball out wide to Sissoko, but he's gone down now with an injury. Looks like that might be the end of his game.
Yeah, he's their captain as well, so if he goes off, that's a massive miss. But it could very easily be something like Cram. But a centre-half like that is not going to be used to doing many runs and sprints. They just get him up the pitch quite high, and it's really good, as you said. But again, he's probably not trained too much for it. So especially if he's an older player, I'm not sure how old he is, but his body might not be able to tackle well. But he does really well just to get past a few people. I think it may have been Newfield. Yeah, I think Newfield just tried to foul him, but he shrugged him off well. But he is up here, Toll, just looking like he's going to carry on. But again, he's got to go for a few seconds due to the injury rules they have.
Could have been a little bit of cramp as well, possibly after that long run. Darren says, I've seen my fair share of rubbish managers too. I remember Harry Haslam and Martin Peters. Yes, Jamie, the World Cup winner.
Who?
Martin Peters scored in the 1966 World Cup final and managed Sheffield United in the early 80s. Not so successfully, though, Jamie, it has to be said, in the fourth tier. Dark days that some of the older blades probably don't want to talk about. Only thing Haslam did was buy Alex Sabella.
Corner taken a keeper just has to claim it, stop an Olympico happening potentially. Cozy Dubry plays it back and it's just out wide again, and it's out for a Bradford throw now. Nothing came of it.
And Ray says, Joe Mercer. Now that's going back to my childhood when I first started watching the Blades. Darren says, Ray, he was my first manager when I was taken as a nipper with my dad sitting in Wooden John Street. And James says, Bradford Ground is in the middle of a community. It's a typical old ground halfway down a hill. Yes, it is. It is on a hill. And old-fashioned football ground the way I like it, James. I like the old ground.
Sissoko did try to nick it. It's very scrappy in the middle, and ref finally gives a foul for Bradford's way. Yeah, I think the both just trying to get stuck in there. They're not messing around. It's a good game so far, and we're just showing both have 50-50% possession.
And Bradford are going to have a free kick now, just inside their own half.
Is that Tom Cleverley?
It is Tom Cleverley. You're right.
Oh. Yeah, he was unlucky as well to miss out on the playoffs. I think he missed out by about a point on the last day. Stevenage nicked the place, who, they were great in the playoffs.
Ray says, do they still call one stand the Dolman stand? Went there in the late 60s, I think. Yes, you're referring to Ashton Gate, Ray, the big stand. the kind of main stand, the most developed one on one side, sort of to the right of the away end, the Atio. That's the Dolman stand. In fact, is it? Let me think. Or is it the one on the other side? The Dolman stand is still at Ashton Gate. I can tell you that.
Sorry, mate. Toll's just come off here. He's been replaced by Max Conway. I think the injury may have been a bit worse than his first. Or they probably, if they are going to progress to the final, they won't want to risk the captain at the end of the day.
No, absolutely not.
Shot from Bradford. Oh my God, that's just wide here. But it's Metcalf. I think he was on the volley, just side-footed it. It's a brilliant hit. Just a free kick taken in by Bradford. Just bundled away here on edge. Hits it on the volley. It's deflected though, and it goes out for a corner. It's a brilliant, brilliant hit. And I think it is going wide anyways, unless it's got quite a lot of spin to come back in. But again, really well hit and a lot more promising for Bradford. It was showing on the XG as well. Bolton have had a hell of a lot better chances than Bradford. Corner taken in here,
headed away by Bolton.
Yeah, Bradford just looking to recycle it back in here. And Bolton just come away with it here, just looking for a counter. Cozy Dewberry plays it with Burstow, who goes up long, but again missed it. Back to Burstow though, plays out to Sissoko. Bolton coming in here, and Sissoko just been fouled by Torre.
Draws a free kick there, doesn't he? He's left the leg in, knocked the ball past him. Did well to win a free kick there. To more accurately answer Ray's question, the Dolman stand is on the left side when you're sitting in the away end. So, yes, it is still there, Ray. You're absolutely right. Good knowledge. James says Bradford is behind the goal and on the side for away fans. Oh, okay. I can't remember it being like that when I went, James. I might be wrong, but Bolton with this free kick now. So, looks like Rodriguez is going to stick this into the box.
I don't think the ball is set. Go on, mate. Go on, sorry.
In swinger on his right foot, he's going to take it. Bradford put that out for a corner with a header. Not so convincing with that clearance, but it goes out for a Bolton corner.
I was just going to say, sorry, it's 3 minutes at a time as well here. God, that's a quick half. It was showing earlier that I think they're the third most successful team on corners, Bolton. So it's probably one to keep an eye out on just in case, because they could nick one here. Because I think it was Plymouth by a mile. They were the best, and then it was second and third. It were, I can't remember who was second, but Bolton were third. I think they've got 12 goals this season from corners. It is taken in here, out swinger, and it's gone to it on the volley. I'm not sure who by, but Bradford do try and clear it here though. Cozy Dewberry just looking to swing in, shot, and it's absolutely wide and over. It's terrible from him.
Looked like it might have taken a little deflection on the way through, but certainly a wild swing just before half time. And James said we had a rivalry with Bolton in 2016 when Parky was their manager and Wilder was ours. Yes, we were competing with them for promotion back to the championship, weren't we? Hope you don't do what Cal did yesterday, just shut down the live stream halfway through the game. We certainly won't do that, Darren. No, we won't do what Cal did. We're here for the long haul. We're here till the finish. Racist, thanks, Lewis. You're welcome, mate. You're very welcome.
Well, we're not based in Barnsley, so we actually have functioning internet. I don't think they've got fibre optic yet. They may still be on full-on analog, and it's questionable even if they've got internet yet. I think a lot of the time they're still working on radios just to be able to get some form of the match up.
At one point, they were having to throw coal in to keep it going. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing now. They'll have to change, but Bradford now working the ball back to the goalkeeper.
I mean, there's a reason most of them got 7 fingers on one hand anyways. It's just offside for Bradford.
Steady.
You what, sorry?
Steady on.
I'm going to get some angry Barnsley locals in here. I'm just asking for it.
They're all right. I lived in Barnsley for a bit. I lived in Darton with Mrs. Batman for a while when we moved back up north. And there's some nice towns, on that outskirts, that northern outskirts of Barnsley. It's all right, Barnsley. I like Cal as well. We all like to give him a little bit of stick, but I think he's good at what he does. He's really good.
I do quite like his content, in fairness to him. I hope he's done hear that.
I don't mind. I don't mind them as a team actually as well, Barnsley, for the simple reason that they ate Wednesday more than they ate
Yeah,
us, which
literally
they're all right
just because of that. It's very sloppy in the middle here. Bolton coming away here, though. I think Sissoko's just trying to chase on the ball, but he's cleared by Bradford. He flicked on to Jackson, but he doesn't get to it, and it's just back with Bolton in the back line. Keeper just has it and he's preparing to launch it long like he does. We're into one final minute of added time. In fact, no, I'm bad at maths. That's half time, sorry. Very good game so far. I think there will be a goal. I'll be amazed if there's not, even if Bradford don't have many great chances, they'll get something out of nowhere, and Bolton could easily do the same with their star power out widening the 10.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting second half. I thought that was a decent half of football, that. Nothing in terms of, clear-cut goal-scoring chances, but some, two teams certainly going for it, and Bolton looking dangerous on the break, set up nicely to soak up pressure, and then break with the players they've got in the wide areas that obviously we highlighted, Jamie, at the start, were going to be a threat. Dave says still on dial-up in Barnsley. Evening Morey. Heard Barnsley are going dial-up internet next year. 30-40 quid a month, I would imagine.
They're still on teletext holidays anyways for trying to get the best deals at the minute.
Teletext. Can you remember teletext?
No, I only know them because someone told me about them, and I know them more from sponsoring United than anything.
Teletext, when I was a kid, in terms of following the football scores, teletext was life. You just put it on and you watched it scroll. So every like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, another page would come up with the next set of games. And so the funny thing was, so you'd be looking for Sheffield United now, they were doing, I don't know, away to Swindon Town or something like that, and it'd be 0-0. And then you'd have to wait about 5-6 minutes for it to come back around to that game again so you could see what the score was. And it was a bit like, oh, and then it'd come round and it'd still be 0-0, and you go, oh. It was a different time, Jamie. It was a different time. Maury says, evening, lads. Ray says, when I was in Sheffield, I did loads of work in Darton, Wombwell, Goldthorpe and Mexborough, as well as a self-employed upholsterer, and all over South Yorkshire. Loved it. Can't beat Yorkshire, Ray. Can't beat it. They're also, and teletext for scores.
No, it's just bringing up the same point I did. I've not got comments up, so I did nick your point, Maury. Don't worry.
So it's 0-0 at half time. I'm going to have a look, actually, Jamie. I think there was some other football going off tonight. I don't know if in this country, but there's definitely some other football going off tonight. Let's see if we can get some score updates. La Liga are playing tonight, and the MLS. So no, nothing else in England, which probably explains why we're getting such good views on this. This is the only domestic football match going off tonight.
Well, I can't imagine Mark Goldbridge really covering the League One playoff semi-finals.
No, which gives us a niche, which means that we can do it, and it's our market to control.
Let me see what Fowler's on, because I know he's doing a stream for it tonight and all. He's on 440. So we'll take what we can get, with our personalities.
We'll take what we can get, and Fowler might not finish the night anyway. He might close it down before the end. And knowing how he behaves, it's disgraceful, honestly. 0-0 at half time, mate. I don't know what your feeling is for the second half. I feel at the moment like Bolton carry a little bit too much threat on the counter, and increasingly as this game goes on, Bradford are going to have to push and push and push and try and find a goal and try and get themselves level and look towards winning the game. It's going to be difficult for them, I think, because Cozy Dewberry in particular looks very, very dangerous when Bolton break. Looks like he's got a trick in him. Looks like he can take someone on. He's got a bit of pace. Sissoko looks like he's got a bit about him. It's going to be tough for Bradford. I think they need to score fairly early in the second half as well, or it could huff and puff and run out of a bit of steam. What do you think at this stage? Do you think Bolton are going to see it through, or do you think it's still wide open?
I think it's still a long way to go in the game. Bradford, with them playing a long ball, they'll be able to create chances out of nothing, so they won't be overly reliant on their players' energy and speed. Whereas Bolton with them having those star players out wide, and if it gets late in the game, they'll want to take them off and save them for the final, not risk them. Then it does potentially open it up more for Bradford. So I think as the game goes on more, it will favour Bradford more. But again, they could get something out of nothing. Same with Bolton, though, with them playing all the counters. So it's so open, this game. It's brilliant how it's been set up.
Big Tony's joined us tonight as well, who put together the World Cup sweepstake, as we mentioned earlier. Did a fantastic job with Little G today. I think Little T was involved in some capacity as well. So thank you again, guys. It was good fun, and we're looking forward to seeing who wins it. Jimmy, Brazil.
Tony, Germany.
He says, "Now then, lads, what's your thoughts on this Southampton thing, and what do you think will happen?" Well, we touched on it a little bit at the start, T. I think I asked you, Jamie, what you thought a fitting punishment was. One thing I haven't asked you yet is what punishment you think Southampton will get. How do you think this is going to end up? I think they'll get a hefty fine off the back of it, because I think that's all the EFL can do. Once they fall into the Premier League's jurisdiction as well, like we say, I don't really know how that works. I think that's going to be difficult. But I think that's the most they get. What's your view on it? How do you think it'll pan out?
Well, as I said, they can't really delay the final just because logistically trying to organise that is going to be a nightmare because of it being at Wembley and you're having to rent the ground out and everything. So the cost of going to that is ridiculous. So you're probably going to either have to do a suspended punishment, like I said, which is probably going to be the more likely one, I think, or a big fine. But with the Premier League having, I think, £200 million prize pot for the winner of the playoff final, I don't think they'll see the fine as effective enough unless it's like tens of millions, bordering on like 50, 30, 40 million pounds. It's got to be something like that. And whether they can do that or not is another thing. And it's also a good point of who gets the money. Does it go to Middlesbrough? Do they get partial? Because they're the ones that were the victims at the end of the day. Or does it all go to the EFL? Does it go to the other? Is it spread out equally beyond teams? It's a real big question. I personally find the EFL, I'm doing a suspension, and I think that's probably what they would do because it's easier to organise than anything.
Yeah, I think you won't be too far away, mate, in terms of possible outcomes there. Maury says Fowler's Tinterweb is hooked up via a potato. Yeah, that's probably what he's charging his phone with as well, mate. Dublin Blade says they still have the guy putting up the scores around the ground at half time. That is old school.
I think that's what Chef FC do at the minute, to be fair.
What's that, mate? Say again.
I think that's what Chef FC do. I don't think they've got the budget yet for an actual digital scoreboard.
It's old school. It's how it should be. Ray says, who remembers stood outside shops waiting for the teleprinter scores to come up? Went out shopping with your wife and kids. When United were away, loads of blokes doing it to the annoyance of the wives. Yes, Ray, I am just old enough to remember doing that outside Dixon's with my dad, with his faces pressed up against the glass, waiting to see how United were doing away from home. We were season ticket holders back then, but we didn't go to too many away games until I was a little bit older, kind of 11, 12 and into my teens. So yeah, we used to do that, faces up against the glass outside Dixon's. That was the way we did it. Dublin said, remember going into Woolworths on the Moor, looking at the scores on the tellies there. Yeah, Woolworths on the Moor. God, if Jamie, when you go down the Moor now, there are loads of things that you just definitely wouldn't remember that were down there when I was younger. It looks totally different now. It looks really smart, actually. It's come on a little bit. I had a little walk up there. I can't remember what game I came back for. I think it was Coventry at home when I met up with some of the Ramblers. And before I joined them, I went for a little walk up there, did a little bit of light shopping, and yeah, it was nice up there. Actually, it looks well now with some of the new shops and whatnot, which was good because I came back to Sheffield during COVID, and like everywhere else during COVID, it looked really depressing. So it's nice to see that the council have tried to spruce things up a little bit. It's looking a little bit better now.
It's mental as well because I was like in year 8 when COVID hit. So I thought we were getting like 2 weeks off school, and then I was only like 12 when it hit 12, 13. It's just horrific.
That's ridiculous. You were 12 during COVID.
What year were it? 2020, March. I was 13.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know why I need to calculate that. It's only 6 years ago. It's easy to calculate. Yeah, I was 13. Bad news as well for me. I've just had the role at McDonald's turned down. Damn it.
You went for McDonald's as well?
Yes, went for all, and they've turned me down. So they must be going high and mighty for applications. Whoa.
You might enjoy the role that you've got more. What were you hanging your hopes on McDonald's? Were you hoping for the free Big Macs?
No.
During your breaks?
No. I to be fair, we're hoping I'd gone at the place I were before, not to go into too much detail, but they said we're not getting anyone at the minute until June, so that were a big middle finger to me. I even had word before I left in fact, no, I won't say too much detail because it's probably a bit private. I can always tell you after if you want to. But yeah,
but you were hoping to return though.
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
Dublin says, apart from Fargate, Lewis, that's never going to get finished. Yeah, I've been waiting for him to finish Fargate since I was a lad, Dublin, so absolutely. Sam says, how's the game been so far? A decent game of football. We haven't had any real clear-cut chances, have we, Jamie? We've had a few efforts, a couple of set pieces, a couple of efforts from distance. Nothing too clear-cut. I would say Bolton, Sam are looking slightly the more dangerous, but probably would do due to the dynamic of it. They're defending a lead and they're happy just to kind of soak up a little bit of pressure in the mid-block and then break. But yeah, they certainly looked slightly the more likely to score in the first half, but it's still very tense. It's still very tight. I wouldn't say anyone's really run away with that first half. Maury says, don't feel bad. I also got rejected by McDonald's saying my CV was overqualified. Maury, that happened to me once. So when I was at university and I went to uni in Sheffield, I went for a job because I just needed a part-time job while I was studying. I went to Sports Direct in Meadowhall, and it was one of those interviews where you turn up and there's about 15 other people and you're all going for about 5 or 6 positions. And that's what I was told. They looked at my CV and they thought there's no way he's gonna stay here, because I'd done some stuff before at school and I'd 1 or 2 jobs, and they were like, oh, he's studying as well. No chance. And I think they were looking for people that were more than likely going to stay there or looking for a career there. So yeah, that's happened to me as well, mate. It's very frustrating when you're just trying to earn a bit of money. Dave says, last time I went to Sheffield, I got lost down the moor. This time before, I was a bus conductor going up and down that hellhole. Yeah, it looks a lot better now, Dave. I bet Dave Morwood's not seen it for a while. I don't think he's been back for quite a while. It looks a bit different now. Well, it does sort of halfway up, doesn't it, Jamie? I don't know what you think about it. It looks exactly the same right down at the bottom end of it, the moor. And then you cross the road where the buses come down, and it kind of brightens up a little bit, doesn't it? It's a bit newer, kind of that middle stretch. I thought it looks all right.
Well, are you saying it looks different or it looks all right?
It looks all right. It looks better than it used to. Oh. But then I'm talking to someone that you weren't alive when I used to go up and down it every day. So just looking for. So we're close to the start of the second half here.
They weren't kidding as well. Whoever put in the comments before saying it's right in the community, they're not kidding. It's bang next to housing boxes. It's a bit like Bramall Lane, where it's literally in the house. In fact, the place I'm moving to is the road next to where the lane is. So, yeah, they're very in the centre of the city.
They really are, and yeah, I remember having a little walk up the hill past the ground, because last time I went there was in our League One days. In fact, that was under David Weir? I think that was during the David Weir spell. We lost 2-0 there to Naki Wells goals when he played for them. And had a little walk up there. It was all right. We found a nice Polish bar up the hill. It's a decent away day, Bradford. Good atmosphere in the ground as well. But just waiting for this second half to start. Jimmy says, moving in party dumpers. Yes. So I half suggested this today to Thom Not Tom, that we've got to have some sort of party for a celebration for your new career, Jamie, as a door-to-door salesperson, but also a moving in party for your flat. Get all the Ramblers round. You'll lose your deposit first week, mate, I think.
I'm not the only one living there.
Is it a sharing situation? Is it?
It's one of my best mates that's living there. He's not. He won't take it too calmly. Finding people around straight away. To be fair, he may not actually be there first week because he can take a little bit of time with it because his previous place didn't expire till like the 14th. So yeah, I'll probably be on my own for the first few weeks anyway. It's ideal for the World Cup as well because then it means I've got no one to disturb me. Unlike someone that walked in trying to get me attention because I think they were having issues with the phone about 20 minutes ago while we were on stream.
Just going back to the flat though, who's going to be the cook? Who's going to be the house cook?
Just you cook your own thing. It's not really like one cooks and one cleans type thing. It's not a marriage.
It's going to be takeaway pizzas every night, isn't it? It's going to be the real bachelor life, isn't it?
No, I'm getting healthy. I'm bulking up. I'm going to try and get some muscle on me. If you see me in person, I know you have, but like people in chat and on the stream, if you see me in person, you know I'm a bit skinny, so I'm trying to bulk up a little bit here.
Okay, you got signed up for a gym?
No, because I'm skinny at the minute.
Got to get the money first. Got to get earning that commission door to door first, and then you can get the gym membership. It's building blocks, mate. Building blocks.
Yeah,
but,
one at a time. One at a time. We have kicked off here. And Bradford, in fact, no, it's not Bradford that's done it. Bolton actually were the ones to lump it up long, and it's out for a Bolton throwing just over the halfway line.
Yeah, so we start this second half, and Bolton just looking to keep their foot on it a little bit. And as you say, they've got a throw in now over on the left-hand side. And Bradford are going to clear that. Jamie says, hope Bradford equalise and it goes to penalties. Part of me hopes not, Jamie. And my missus is walking past in the background. She had a long night waiting for me the other night when it was the Southampton Middlesbrough game, which almost went the distance. And so we've got Graham Alexander here just trying to get some instructions out. It's back to Bonham.
Around the back, Bolton, just trying to slow a bit down. Dave Moore just says 2011, the last time I entered Sheffield. I was 5 when he did that. God damn. He must have been about in his 40s, Dave, at that point. Bradford shot it, edge box.
It's close. Close from Metcalf.
He's had a few of them now from edge of box. They're not bad at all when he hits them. They're just minusculely wide. And that's, oh my God, that is really close. It's just bending a bit too much on it.
I think it catches Bonham off guard a little bit. It sort of swerves that in on the inside of his right foot and it goes really close. Bonham kind of dives a little bit late there. It really caught him off guard. Dublin Blade says, whereabouts indoor are you moving to?
Hilarious. I wish I had enough money to move there. Jesus.
And Tom, not from. It's a nice bit of the city to live in. You can hear the songs just by opening your window.
I wouldn't know. I go to the games. I have a season ticket. Also, it'd be a bit weird because with me having stream delay for Now TV, I'd hear the screams of, yes, getting there, let's go. And then I have to wait a good 2 minutes to actually be able to experience seeing the goal. So it wouldn't really work that well.
And seeing it loop around again on your,
yeah,
TV. Jack says, can the season start already? I'm pretty bored. Jack, it'll go in a heartbeat, mate. I tell you, you enjoy your summer and it will be around before you know it. We've got the World Cup in between as well, which we will be covering here on Ramble FC. So remember to stay subscribed, get your notifications on, and you'll get access to all the World Cup watch-alongs and all the breaking news as well.
No promises for 3 a.m. kickoffs, but there could be negotiations for some of us to do them. I know that some people are on pretty much Australian time at this point, so it could happen, it could not. We'll just have to see. But we're going to be covering about 98% of the World Cup games.
Absolutely, and all of the people that you see on screen the most, like Jamie and myself and a few others, we'll all be getting a dedicated World Cup group as well. So we'll have some teams to cover, as well as having some interest in the sweepstake, which Big T organised as well. So lots of World Cup activity going off in the Ramble. Jimmy suggested S20 gym, where he's currently training, and one or two other ramblers as well. So that might be, that might be an idea for you, Jamie. Once you get
Jimmy, get your walks in, but if you've not had them in today, and you can also, if you mention Ramble S20 Gym, you can get 10% off. So if you do go there, use that code. We'll have to see if I can get there, though. It's a bit out of the way with being at Peaks, even though compared to Jim, it's like less so out of the way because he's all the way in Wakey.
All the way in Wakey. Yeah, he's got a trek. I need to get down there, but obviously he's going down there.
Session.
Well, he's doing himself some good, and he's making some content there as well, which obviously you can follow as well. And obviously on our channel, the other side, he's putting some content out on there as well, and we'll be doing moving forward into next season. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Bradford knocking the diagonal ball forward. It's cleared by Toll, and that's going to be given as a Bolton free kick. Got Jamie again in the comments. If you guys ever make it to Texas, look me up, and I will grill some fajitas, and we will drink plenty of beers, boys. That sounds like a great offer. I might take you up on that, mate, if I am ever in Texas. A couple of my family members were in Dallas not that long ago. And not a state I've made it to yet. Traveled around America a bit, but I haven't done Texas, so it's very much on my bucket list. Some good food down there as well, which is what I'm here for, basically.
I have just looked you up, by the way, Jamie. It says Jamie Vargas is an Ecuadorian Archua Indonesian leader, president of the Confederation of Indigenous Nationalities for Ecuador between 2017 and 2020. So if you could let us know if that's you, that'd be appreciated.
It would be. It would be.
Yeah,
We'd be very
interested
and honoured to have you in the comments. So, let us know. Jack saying, I tried bulking up and gaining muscle, ended up getting a belly instead, haha. And I wasn't laughing at your comment, Jack. I was laughing at the previous comment from Jamie. It's tough, mate. It's tough, and it's harder for some than others as well. You know, at this stage, I turned 40 recently, and I used to go to the gym when I was younger. I've always run. I've been a runner all my life, and I've played football for a long time. I found it so much harder to get fit at the gym at 40. It's tough. So you're young, Jack. So while you got the chance, mate, if you want to do that, do it now, because it's easier at your age, mate. I can tell you. Maury says quite interested in the post what Tyrese Campbell has put. Have you seen that, Jamie? I've not seen. I don't go on socials that much, only to kind of help Ramble FC and post one or two things out. I don't really follow the players that much. Has he posted something on X or?
So he's posted a 20 picture slideshow of his time at United, with the emojis hands on head, fingers crossed, and a love heart. And his story is again just reposting that. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Actually, I think it may just be it's just pictures from the season, so it's probably just like a look back on this season. If it was like a goodbye thing, I imagine he'd put on pictures from the previous season before that as well. But players do usually put on pictures recollecting of the season just gone. Bolton just trying to get on the counter, but whoever, I think it was 15 for Bolton. Oh my God, I hate this. Baldwin, he just managed to nick it away and they get it cleared long away.
For Bradford, you mean? Baldwin?
Yeah, Bradford, sorry, Bradford to clear it away. Bolton are trying to make the way back up the pitch, though. Who's it, Brad? Yeah, Osir Tutu. He's just done very well to get out of this situation, but he's back on the left-hand side now, just sort of bobbing about between the left-back and the centre-back. They're just trying to, again, find a way out. They are playing out from the back, usual, like, typical team style of play. Sissoko does have it out on the wide areas, just trying to cut in. Plays out wide to Rodriguez, who puts the ball in, and he's just claimed by the keeper.
Any truth in this, Jamie?
Any truth in Jamie walking on by becoming hard? I think I know where this is. I need to look up hard carrier, but I think I know where this is going.
I've no idea, mate. I've no idea. I think it's going to be funny though.
Yeah, I imagine. It just comes up with trains.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
Bolton with a throw. Johnston just inside their half on the left-hand side. Looks to play the ball down the line. That's intercepted by Bradford, but they go back to their goalkeeper, Walker. And they're going to look to try and build out from the back now. 223 people watching. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Make sure you hit the like button. And a raking ball forward again from Bradford. That's going to be headed away by Toll. Bradford nick the ball back. They're going to try and come forward with it, and that's surely going to be a foul and a free kick for Bradford. It is. Poynton fouled. Bundled over.
Yeah. It's still a bit scrappier. Both teams are missing out. As to answer your question, Dublin, not sure what you mean.
You'll have to clear that one up. Jack says, on a good note, my son Renly seems to be recovering well. Really pleased to hear that, Jack, 'cause I know you were concerned about him and he's been in hospital, so I'm glad to hear that, mate. And thank you for keeping us updated in that. Really, really good to hear. Free kick now for Bradford from their left-hand side, curled in by Max Power. Oh, Bolton keeper comes out to punch. It's a scramble.
I think I might be a few seconds ahead of you, mate.
What are you on?
55, 41, 42, 43.
Yeah, you've gone ahead of me slightly, I think.
Yeah, it'll come back eventually, probably.
Oh, I'm on 53 now. Skip forward. What are you on?
53, 54.
Right, I'll pause. Tell me when you're at 56 minutes.
I've already gone past it, mate. Jesus Christ.
What are you on now?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm there now. 56, 05, 6,
Perfect.
7.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We're in
I
sync.
think that 56 seconds then I was going to say. That threw me right off.
Yeah, I weren't very clear. Dave says, I was 59, Jamie. Was 74 last week, but thank you. Oh, yeah, when you said he must have been in his 40s at that point. Sheila's Wheel says, hi, lads. Hefty fine. If prompt, yes, I think so as well. If promoted, will not pay until they are relegated back to the, she means EFL. Yeah.
I'm going to say that's a different thing, that.
Jamie Vargas, Texas is a whole other country. Yes, it is. That is not that is not me. I spent 20 years in the United States Marine Corps. I'll be 50 next year. Well, congratulations when you do make that mark, Jamie, and for your career in the Marines as well. And I'm sure people over there are very thankful for your service as well, mate. Texas is a whole other country. I know that. I think it's like the People's Republic of Texas, isn't it? Bradford with a chance here, but he's going to be offside, I think.
Jackson, good save. Yeah, so I think it were offside.
Good save with his feet from Bonham, but Jackson was offside.
That's probably Bradford's best chance of the game, realistically. Was it offside? Yeah, he's quite far off there.
Yeah, he's
leaning far forward.
Yeah, it's the lean, isn't it, that takes him offside.
Yeah, he got flagged early doors, but it is a good save nonetheless.
Jack says, I'm 28 this year, so not so young anymore. I wish I was 28, Jack. Did a lot of running when I was younger. Back and knees have gone already.
You want to know what the most mental thing is? I thought before he told me his age, I was the same age as Jack, maybe a year or two within it. And then I found out he had 2 kids, and I thought, well, something's definitely off there.
He's got a bit of a baby face, Jack, hasn't he? Certainly doesn't look 28. Maury says, with him and Gus on Insta. Who would you say has been the better side, says Sam? First half, I would say Bolton looked the most likely. Sam, I think Bradford have had a good go at it second half, though. I would say it slightly turned a little bit in the second half. They've had 1 or 2 little sniffs at the Bolton goal. They come forward again here on the left-hand side.
always
chopping
chopped
side.
over. He's gone back, he's gone one way, and it's out for, I think, a Bradford corner. Just going back to Moore's comment about him and Gus on Insta for Ty Campbell's. He has also posted being with about 40 of the other players on the team. Ball whipped in for Bradford, and it's just out for another Bradford throw. And yeah, he's literally, I think he's just summarising that, because with Bamford, Cal, Sariki, Brooks, Cooper, one at Kitman, McCallum, Tanganga, Peck, it's with everyone, mate. I wouldn't worry about that. If he's hinting he's going away, he wouldn't do it before the window's even open, and he wouldn't like post something like that. He'd keep it quiet because he'd want the move to happen potentially. I think one of Bolton players down here, I think it's I'll say a 2-2, one at fullback, some tickling my nose.
Jack says, pretty sure Campbell did this last season as well. Jack says, I see it more as a possible new deal, Jamie. So Jack's looking at it in a positive light. Good news, Jack. Pleased he's doing well, says Ray. So he's referring to Jack's son there. Yeah, we're all pleased to hear that news. For me, the gym is the easy part. It's my diet I struggle with. You and me both, Jack. I love food too much. I like beer too much as well, got to say. Thanks, Ray, says Jack. Jamie says 90s Premier League versus 90s Serie A. Depends what you're saying, Jamie. In terms of quality, you'd have to say Serie A. It was a golden period for that, and all the best players were going there. So not that the Premier League wasn't an exciting league to watch with good players in it. It was, but Serie A, I think at that time in terms of quality was the leading league in the world, I would have to say.
Pointing is coming off here for Bradford and making a few changes here. Not sure who they're bringing on, but it could be the guy who replaced started the last game. I can't remember his name. I think it might be though. In fact, they're making a triple sub Bradford. It'll just bring up who's coming off here. So yeah, Metcalf's coming off for Lapsell, who Poynton replaced. Powell, has come off for Powell, and Poynton's come off for Humphries. So yeah, not sure if they change the formation. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, triple change for Bradford.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Just looking at some of those changes here, and Nick Powell coming on. I thought it was Nick Powell that I saw.
Four changes then, is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's 4 changes. And yeah, Nick Powell, good player in those lower divisions. Certainly looked like he was going to be a real top level player at one point, but he's been a good servant to a couple of clubs. I think he spent some time at Wigan, didn't he? Now at Bradford. Max Power is going to look to work the ball forward over to the left hand side, and Humphries. Cozy Dewberry defends that well.
Just fouled it. Humphries, instant impact, and he's immediately given away a foul. I'll tell you what, he's not someone you do want to get a scrapping with. I think Bolton are looking to make a change here as well. In fact, I think they're making a double change. I'm not sure who's coming on. I don't know Bolton well enough. But yeah, they're looking to make a double change here. It might be some of the... it might be one of the wingers, to be fair, if they bring them off, because they're going to be key if they get to the playoff final. So you would just probably want to protect one of those assets. But again, it's only 1-0. It's only 62nd minute. So it's not over yet. It's still a long way to go. Especially if Bradford nick one, then it can go to extra time and they get an extra half hour onto it.
Long way to go. Could be a bit of a risk, mate. It looks like Gale's going to come on, and I think the other one was Dolby at a glance. So a couple of attacking changes for Bolton. So
Cozy Dewberry out wide, whip one in here. I think if we were weak pointed just straight to the keeper, it were an easy claim for him. It just seemed a bit off balance. Keeper does launch it long though. Has gone over the defenders, and it's just again cleared by the keeper. Back out. It's a bit of head tennis at the minute. No one's really claiming the ball properly.
So we're joined by the City Gent. So we got a Bradford fan in our midst. He said a hod carrier is someone Works on building sites, carrying bricks. So yeah, that was the joke, Jamie. Carrying Lego bricks. Saying you're going to build up your muscles doing that. Unbelievable.
No, it's not down it. I've got like a Lego F1 car. I'll throw it down here. It's in the loft in a minute. You know what? Because when I was away, my parents like sort of put a change around to my room, made it a bit better. But they put the Lego car away. They just put it in like a carrier bag, and I just thought, why are you not being more careful? It's Lego. It's not the most structurally safe thing in the world.
What team? What F1 team?
McLaren.
Good lad.
McLaren.
Good lad. We're McLaren in this house, and my son has got a McLaren F1 Lego car, which I spent about 2 hours building with him. It was very complicated and very big. And
you mean you've got a McLaren F1 car?
Well, technically, yes, because he wanted to buy it. He was like, wow, racing car, yeah, let's get that. And then basically asked me to build it when we came home. So he did nothing with it. I built it all myself, pretty much, even though he's very capable. But yeah, it ended up being my Lego car, I think. But now sits proudly in his bedroom, of course. Dublin Blade says I was going over to Boston to watch a few games, no cost for accommodation, but wouldn't give them the money for tickets. Oh, he's talking about the World Cup. Yeah, it looks like a very dear do to go over to the World Cup, and I think Gianni Infantino tried to justify it recently. I think compared it to the NFL or something like that, which was just a ridiculous comparison.
He said like one World Cup game's like 20 Super Bowls. Bolton have made 2 subs here. Sissoko's come off the gale, and they pulled that away so quickly. I'll get up who was the other sub for Bolton, but yeah, they made a double substitution.
Well, Dave says just
Rodriguez came off and Dolby replaced him.
So gone for Dolby for the number 10, Rodriguez. Interesting that might be, because I think Dolby's well, he can play in the 10, I think, but for my money, he's more of a striker, so it'll be interesting to see what formation they've set up with now. Dave Morwood says, just thinking about our esteemed leader, he is in Wakey, so maybe jogging to the gym in Sheffield would get faster results. That is a long jog, Dave, I've got to say. I don't think even I would do that. So look, Jack says, I took the same. Oh, sorry. I've looked the same since like year 11, not changed at all. Just got a baby face.
Jack, what year did you leave the secondary school? Well, sorry, what year was it when you were in year 11? I am interested to find that out.
And Dave says it's great news about Jack's son. Sheila's Wheel says, Dave Morwood, you're not missing anything. Ray says, if the retained list out is the retained list out tomorrow? Anyone? We don't know, do we, Jamie? I think you asked the question in the Plats earlier about the retained list. We've not seen or heard anything.
I think Statman Jack said it was due out this weekend, or it has to be out this weekend at some point. So if it's going to come out, it'll probably be in the next few days. In fact, I think Jack may have put it by here. It has to be into the FL by the weekend, but doesn't mean they'll announce it to us at the same time. It'll be soon, though. I can't imagine once they give it to the FL, they'll hang around with it. They'll probably give it to them pretty soon. Pretty soon after. It'll just be like neating it up and make it so that it's like readable and like fans can easily understand it.
A ball down the line here towards Sarcevic. That's going to be really well defended.
I think it was Humphries.
Right back.
I think the ball got played to Humphries.
It was Humphries, you're right. That was the 11, wasn't it? Ball comes into the box towards the back stick.
Oh, awkwardly cleared. Not fully, though.
Powell to Max Power. Oh, it is the bar. What a fantastic save from Bonham in the Bolton goal.
Oh, my God.
Max Power from about 20 yards out. Wonderful effort. Go towards the top corner. It's a great save from Bonham. Tips it onto the bar and preserves Bolton's 1-0 aggregate lead.
Yeah, it's really awkward because it looks like it's dipping a lot and it doesn't look like it's going to be going quite high enough. And then it just seems to not keep dipping. It just seems to keep going in a straight line. And the keeper just has to make a really awkward save, but he's done really well. Cornet is taking it and it's absolutely terrible. It doesn't even beat the first man. It's not even close. It's just, I think he's gone to it in the air. It's just gone straight across the ground. I think he just completely scuffed it. But Bradford do have throw in here, and I think they may be looking for either a long throw or just someone to play out to in a dangerous position out on the wide areas.
Got to throw in here. Coming on really strong at the moment, Bradford, searching
Yeah,
that levelling goal. Maury asks us, 2 players from Bolton, 2 players from Bradford. Who would you want to see in the Blades side? It's a big step up, Maury. I'd have to say from Bolton, certainly Cozy Dewberry, I think, could maybe make the step up and might be useful to us. I think there's a player in Mason Burstow, the young striker as well from Hull. I think he's got a little bit of a ceiling, so possibly him. Who would you pick out from the 2 sides, Jamie? I'm not sure that I would necessarily look at Bradford and pick anyone out to come into our side next season.
Well, this won't surprise you, but I've not really watched many Bradford games in my life, really, not just this season. I do know a bit about Bobby Poynton, but I don't think he'd be able to step up to the Championship. So I think the bits I've seen, Newfield has looked, or Newville has looked really good tonight. A bit of a right wing back, can get up and down quite easily. In fact, he's on the ball edge trying to beat the man. He's very, he's very strong player, and he won't hang about when it comes to a press, and he'll get stuck in quite easily. So potentially someone to look at, maybe even Torre on the other side. However, he isn't the youngest player in the world, 31. But also Metcalf, he's looked very decent tonight. He's only 21. So again, he could be someone to look at. And he were at Everton's academy when he was younger. So he's come through as a good prospect. And I think Bradford should bought him because he was on loan at Chesterfield last season as well. Seemed to do all right for them, played 31 games, and he just continued on with Bradford this season, stepped up to League One. Doesn't seem to be playing bad tonight, and I'm guessing he's not done bad the whole season if he's played tonight.
Max Power's going to nick the ball and drive forward down the left-hand side.
And the centre half doing a run here. Ball played really well in, whipped in.
Back stick.
Jackson misses it, and it's just cleared away out for a Bradford throw-in again. And coming on now, Bradford again, and starting to come back into it now. Bolton just having to sit a little bit deeper than they were before.
Really pushing hard now, Bradford, aren't they? Long diagonal ball forward now towards right on the left-hand side. He knocks it inside towards Humphreys. Back to right. It's a cross on the left foot. A header. And that's just over the bar. Good play again from Bradford. Really trying to build some momentum now. I think it was Nick Powell on the end of that, Jamie.
Jamie just saying, who do you think will make some noise in the World Cup besides the big boys? I think Colombia and Senegal. My dark horse, who did I put down for the dark horse, actually? I'll get back to you on that one. What is yours, though, Lou?
There's a couple. I mean, you look at, although they haven't overly impressed at times in build-ups to tournaments, but you look at Norway and some of the players that they've got with Haaland and Odegaard and one or two others, you'd have to say that they would be someone that you'd look at as a potential threat, going on to late in the tournament if they can put a run together. Bolton now on the attack. Bradford are going to tidy that up and clear. A team that I think is a really decent side, and Jordan Motson wasn't very happy about getting him in the sweepstake, but I think Morocco are a decent side. They are a decent side. They'll cheat. They may do, but they'll put some teams under pressure as well. I think they're a decent outfit. I think Senegal were mentioned there by Jamie. I think Senegal have got some really good players, as we know. There are a few teams in that kind of middle order, let's say, that you would think might get to the knockout stage.
Oh my God!
Shot just wide from Bradford. Yeah, there are a few teams, I think, mate. Who's your dark horse? Who would you pick out as one that could potentially surprise us?
I mean, I'm just looking at what I predicted before. There's the usual sides involved. But I think Australia could do well. They seem to have a good setup going. I know they've not looked great at times in friendlies, but they're not an awful side either. But I think we could see quite a few sides going in quite well. But some of the groups are really open for teams you wouldn't usually expect to do well. Corner taken in here by Bradford, and it's just been cleared out well. But again, you've got openings in Group G. Apart from Belgium, you've got Iran, Egypt, and New Zealand. So that's really open for someone to go through and potentially qualify quite far on the stage. And I know we like to avoid politics, but I think with everything that's gone on, I think Iran could be more motivated to do quite well. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do well this tournament because by all means, they're not a bad side. They're not amazing, Iran, but they've got Tarame. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And I know we absolutely hammered them last World Cup, but again, they're not a bad side, especially for sides in and around that sort of area.
There's lots of good players and teams at that World Cup. I think there are a few teams that you would probably say are really going to struggle, like Curacao, if I'm pronouncing that rightly, and Cape Verde. There are a few teams that you think it just absolutely no chance of even getting out of the group. They're more than likely a write-off. But lots of teams in that kind of middle order that could threaten and go quite far in the tournament. Racist, thanks, Jack. 2015, Jack said he left school.
God, I joined secondary school in 2018. That is weird. I think the Congo could go on well this World Cup though. They're not a bad side these days. Like some of the players they've got in the squad, they've got the likes of Wan-Bissaka and Gaku, who plays for Watford, Twanzebe. Who else have they got? We've got Kayembe, who also plays for Watford. We've got Siddiqui of Sunderland, Pickle, Jesus, who plays for Espanyol. Like they've got Witter that plays for Newcastle, Bakambu who plays for Albert. These are not bad players, so don't be shy when it comes to the DR Congo. They're not bad players. Some of the teams, they've not got some bad players in that team.
Yeah, there's some. When you look through, we've been doing the Panini sticker album with my son, and you look through some of the kind of smaller nations or some of the African nations. You got one. You have to keep your swaps, Jamie, because we might have some that we can trade off. But
I've only had the base pack yet. I've not even had a chance to start getting them. I think my grand's meant to be buying them to fit for me.
Hey, best do that because it costs a fortune to fill it. I know that. I remember it from when I was a kid.
There are subs here, by the way, for Bolton. McAtee is just coming on here. I didn't get the chance to catch the other players, but brother of James McAtee. So Sidman's replacing Aaron on, and I'm not sure who's replaced McAtee. I'll have to get up in a sec when it comes up on here. But yeah, McAtee replacing someone. We'll just have to wait and see who it is and try and find out.
All towards the back post. And Bradford are going to have a free kick in their penalty area. And they restart it. And that is blocked by Dolby and is going to go out for a Bradford throw.
There we go. It's Burstow that's come off of McAtee. So they're taking off the strike option for a more attacking midfielders. They might be seeing a bit more deeper now, just with us into the 77th minute of the game now, or coming into it, should I say. And with them just want to hold on to the lead, they'll probably just want a few more defensive players. I know McAtee's not the most defensive player, but he's not a striker, he's the number 10. So, but Jackson here just trying to put ball in here. Recycled again, just bobbed out, but it's back in as you cleared by Bolton. Again, Bradford, they're still coming on here. They're not slowing down by any means. It's just the chances they get aren't the most amazing chances in the world. It's just the ones they do get. They're just trying to take advantage of them as much as possible. They do have a free kick though. Bolton just giving away one for, I think it were a high boot, but they're on sort of the right hand corner of the penalty box. They've just sort of got it there. So yeah, dangerous area. Just to whip one in here.
Conway with a high foot there on Jackson gave away a free kick. Maury referring to the Max Power chance earlier off the Denver bar. Very nice, mate. Nice, like that. Bradford free kick about to be taken. Tom Not From says, I have a feeling Cape Verde will do really well, just a hunch. Yeah, I think you had Cape Verde beating my Saudi Arabia, who I've drawn in the sweepstake, Tom. So I will be most upset if that happens, because if they lose to Cape Verde, there's absolutely no chance I'm going to get anything out of them. Bradford with a free kick. Swerved in towards the back post. It's headed away by Bolton.
Head of the box, out wide. And it's headed away, just falls back in. I think, yeah, Bolton just trying to get the ball away here. And yeah, they do just clear it. I think Cozy Drew Reed lands the ball, tries to play McAtee, but Bradford do manage to get the ball back here. Just, I think a few of the players just looking to get it back in, but it goes back to the centre halves. Bradford lumps it long, though, to the right-hand side. I think Jackson just gets to the header, but whoever came in for Bolton, then he just cleared it out for a throw-in.
A Bradford throw now. Just of in line with the Bolton edge of the Bolton 18-yard box. Bradford
Jackson,
now
when you get a ball in, just out through a corner.
Serious answer though is Japan. Yes, good shout, Tom. Japan, I think they're really overlooked. They are. Before they played England, I told a few people in the Ramble that I've watched them quite a bit. Oh, handball by Conway in the area, not been seen by the referee. Bolton handball, unnatural position that, Jamie. I would say with VAR, that's a penalty.
Yep, and I think this corner is going to be taken in here. It's low short corner played in clever play.
Header, good save by Bonham. It's a goal! It's a goal for Bradford. It's 1-1. 1-0 on the night. Caden Jackson.
And I definitely didn't
and it's ruled out for offside. We went too early, Jamie. We got carried away. I'll have to see that again because I didn't see anything wrong at the time.
I even saw the live chat before it went in, and I saw goal, and I thought, oh my God, it's happening. So I was trying to keep myself calm then. That's why I was sort of stuttering then. He is offside. Jackson is unmarked. He's just in front of the keeper.
He's in an offside position.
He's not tried back enough, and it's a really good call by the liner, and he's offside, and it's still 1-0 Bradford. That is a killer. That's going into the 80th minute as well.
I didn't notice it with all the bodies that were kind of in front of that view. There was a line of Bolton and Bradford players the other side of him. And
just going back to the World Cup, mate, I'll be honest, I don't really see Japan's dark horse. I think they're a very good side and they've not done bad in the last few World Cups. Bolton coming on the counter here, though, trying to whip a ball in with a back pass.
Bolton, it's in!
It's Bolton, 2-0.
1-0 Bolton, 2-0 on aggregate.
Oh my God.
Bradford. They thought they'd equalised.
Smash and grab.
Simons.
Unbelievable.
In the 81st minute, Bolton lead 1-0 on the night, 2-0 on aggregate. We'll take you through the goal in a minute. It came out of nowhere, didn't it, Jamie? Just absolutely out of nowhere. Right up the other end off that Jackson disallowed goal. Heartbreak for Bradford. Long way back from now, Jamie.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's a smash and grab. Bradford thinking they've just got an equalised stay into it. Bolton go the other end on a counter, and they get the goal. And it's a really well hit from near enough on the outside of the box. Just showing the replay now, and they just lump it up long to the wide man making the run in, and it's just onside. It's a really well timed run. Does look like he's about to lose it. Plays it back, and it's just a run in and hit it. And it's just Gale who's hit it on the back pass.
It's a defensive mistake as well from Baldwin. It's a defensive mistake from Baldwin. He's got to get a foot to that, and he's got to clear it. He lets the ball roll over his foot, and it comes to Simons, and he makes no mistake, buries it into the near post.
You want to know what's mental? FOTMob, because I was checking the time on the score, it says right now it's 1-0. It still thinks Bradford's goal counted.
They've not disallowed the Caden Jackson goal. Unbelievable.
And it also says that the Bolton Wanderers goal is for Bradford. I think it's losing it a little bit.
Well, that's a horrible moment for Baldwin, the Bradford defender. He's actually played quite well tonight for me. He's put in some very important blocks and interceptions in the first half, but he's let the ball roll over his foot from that low cross. And Bolton have profited from it. It's a really poor piece of defending. And even at this level, you can't make those kinds of mistakes. So Jamie's updating the score. So we're into the 83rd minute now. On the night, it's Bradford 0, Bolton 1. And as you can see there, it's now 2-0 on aggregate. You've got it right, but it's Simons, not Simmons. So you've got to take one of the M's out.
I was trying to figure out the placement because I know my mountain is very picky on this. So I was trying to figure out where to put the name. I weren't sure whether it goes on the right-hand side or left-hand side of Bolton. I think that might be it, though, for Bradford. They don't get many chances anyways. And I think with the few chances they do create and the ones that aren't great, I think that could be it for them, and it's going to look like it's an all Lancashire / Greater Manchester derby, depending on who you want to annoy most.
It does look like that's going to do it for Bolton. And just to say, Jamie, I'm with Man Mountain. It definitely goes on that side.
But it's just showing back again the chances Bradford had. They've hit the crossbar and they've had an offside goal. So it very easily could have gone another way this game. But then Bolton just gone up the other end, got the goal they needed. And it's a really well taken finish as well by Simmons.
Yeah, very well taken. And such a terrible moment for Baldwin. I think he'll have nightmares about that tonight when he sees it back. He's really got to do something with that cross. Bradford now looking to just really stick it on Bolton. They're putting long balls forward. That's gone all the way through to Bonham, and he's going to pick that up. And now really Bolton have just got to sit in, not do anything crazy, and see this one out, which I think they will do.
We'll just go back
to bananas.
Yeah, I was just saying for the World Cup, sorry, I think Japan are quite overlooked. I don't think they're really a dark horse these days. Some of the players they've got, the really good quality, like they're not a bad footballing nation by any means. They've got some real star power in there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them get to like the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that was Tom's comment, wasn't it? And I agree. I think Japan are really hard-working side. They're good technically as well, and I think they'll cause some teams problems. I said before they played us in that friendly recently that they would cause us some problems, and they did. James says, I've got Spain in the sweepstake. James, I think you will be the one that wins the jackpot then, because Spain are my pick to win the World Cup.
Interesting, because I've got France as my favourites.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one from those two. Bookies have got Spain as the favourites, which hasn't determined my decision. I've just been really impressed whenever I've seen Spain, and when they beat us in the final a couple of years back. Very good team, but France can put 3 teams out, can't they, with some of the quality they've got as well. So it's going to be close.
Their attack is mental. Corner taken here by Bradford. Falls to edge of the box, hit and it's blocked. I'm probably not the best person to go on predictions because I've got DR Congo top of the group ahead of Portugal and Colombia. So yeah, it's probably not the most reliable predictions in the world, if I'm honest. But they're my predictions, so you can go set it if you don't agree with them, because it's my opinion and nothing else matters.
Indeed. And that's the attitude to take. Japan, I think, says Maury. Jack says, I've got Ghana, of course, sharing the group with Croatia and England. Yes, the proverbial group of death. I think we've got the hardest group at the tournament, personally. Come on, lads. Got to be my team in the draw. Curacao, says Dave Morwood. Dave Morwood got another team as well, didn't he? He got a stronger team alongside that. Oh, Norway. He got Norway, didn't he, Dave Morwood?
The thing is, half their team are going to be debuting in the World Cup. Yeah, they're going to be one of the more stronger sides in the tournament. It's just ridiculous how it's worked for them in the last few years. But you can say the same with Italy, because they've not qualified since about 2012 or something.
No, and being from an Italian or a half Italian family, I don't need to be reminded of that. That's depressing stuff. Relying on Semenyo, Thomas Asante, and Fatawu to carry the whole squad. No point mentioning Jordan Ayew, says Jack. I remember the stickers at 10p a packet, says James.
10p?
Yeah, they weren't far off that when I was a kid. I think I paid 30-something p for them. They're like 125 now. It's a joke. My lad used to collect match attacks cards. He even has the Champions card, says LA Blade. I remember those.
Mate,
well, I was a bit
coming on here. Jackson goes down, penalty, claims bait's not given, out for a corner. I think it's Simmons who's literally just got out for a corner. I will just say, by the way, match attacks, about 2011 season, something like that, corner by Bradford, trying to get a ball in here. And it goes out for I think it's a goal kick. Yeah. I collected them when I was back in like primary school, and the book for it is about that thick, and I still have them, I think, in the loft. There's so many of them. I remember collecting a Steven Gerrard card because I got in a swap. I was definitely scammed because it was not worth the trade, but I was over the moon getting that card, and then they banned them in school because they were right boring.
Yeah, they caused a lot of trouble, football stickers and trading cards when I was at school. So the football stickers, Premier League, like Merlin album, when I was a kid, it was like, the stickers and the swaps were like currency in the
it's definitely just trying to get kids into gambling addictions from an early age. Shot and it's saved. It's a really poor shot, but I think it's McAtee that took it.
It was.
Yeah, it's a really poor shot, but yeah, it's definitely like trading cards are definitely just getting kids into gambling at a young age, and it's completely immoral, but it's so much fun for them.
Sam says that's a sucker punch for Bradford. James says, I'd like to see Stockport go up 40-minute train journey if Bradford go out. Match attacks are a blast from the past, says Tom. Wow. Yeah, I remember those. I think my brother collected those, you know. I was a little bit too old for those, but I do remember them.
I feel really sorry for you. I literally, in the Man City team is the closest I got to having a full team. I think I was missing one player from that entire 11. And I don't want to just like cheat and like buy the whole thing. Like, that's just memories.
Well, the thing that me and my brother both collected was, I think they became known as Power Pods, but they had a different name when I was a kid. You know, the little figurines with the big heads? Footballers, we had loads of those. It's a chance, and Bolton clear it.
Oh, that's poor.
Sniff of a goal for Bradford there, but cleared by Johnston. Sarcevic was almost in there.
Bradford, I mean, nowadays people just collect football shirts, and that's definitely a lot more expensive way of doing things.
It's a very expensive hobby. It's something else I did as a kid, but they weren't quite as much as they are now.
I mean, I literally, I could grab it right now. I just have a box of the football shirts that I've collected over the years, and I've got the wall there. I've got a bunch in my wardrobe because I got about 7 while we're on holiday, and then the box up there. In fact, let me grab it because we're about to come to full time. We're just coming to the 90th minute, and it's just a foul for Bradford. Just look and take it quickly.
Oh, some. Oh, it's all kicking off now on the touchline. It looked like Cozy Dewberry.
Oh my God, it's kicking off.
It looked like Cozy Dewberry trying to delay the free kick, and the Bradford player goes to take it and then takes a wild swing at the back of his legs. It's all kicking off. Both dugouts as well coming onto the pitch. It's got a little bit out of control now as Bradford look with 7 minutes of injury time, looking to try and pick the ball forward. They've given 7 minutes as it stands, plus 7. But yeah, at this stage, it's going to be more than that because we've wasted a minute here just with the 2 dugouts and all the players kicking off.
And while that's all going on, this is the box. I don't know why you can see that. I had to put.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's got to be on top, hasn't it?
Oh, my God, that is so heavy.
I've got a similar box back at my childhood home. My mum and dad have got all my old football shirts. It's similar to that. This box is absolutely rammed full.
I'm worried the fact that I'm going to be soon needing a second box. Like, I have too many at this point. I can barely fit any more in that box.
It's good, though. It's nice to go back through them years later. I've done that a couple of times. I've got lots of shirts, international shirts from World Cups and things like that. Just showing it here again. It's Gale, actually, trying to delay things, kicking away the ball when it's put down.
Oh, it's just absolutely clattered him.
Baldwin takes a swing, and then there's a push by Gale on another Bradford player. He goes down easily. It's all kicking off. Handbags. There's got to be at least 2 minutes added on for this.
Yeah, easily. Baldwin, the one that started it all, he's been booked for a yellow card. Don't think anyone else got booked, though. But free kick taken by Bradford. It's just cleared away. Recycled, though, out to the wide area. Ball whipped in here. Will Swan's been subbed on for Max Power as well. And it's cleared away by Bolton. They're going to be playing some Bradford-type football for the rest of the match. I think McAtee coming on to play the press. I think he's gone up front now.
Dave says one shilling sticker packs when he first bought them.
1 shilling? God.
Crikey. Tom says I was more of a Pokemon card kid. To stop other kids nicking my cards, I used to bend the corners. Ruined about £400 worth of vintage cards now. It's an interesting approach to it, Tom. Sabotaging your own stuff to stop people taking them. I suppose it worked, though.
Ball played on there. I think Humphreys played it through, but it's just been cleared away. Or has it? Bradford managed to nick it here. Ball out wide here. Crossed in. Humphreys, edge of box, and it's just cleared away for a Bradford corner. I also went through a bit of a phase of Pokemon cards where I definitely spent too much money and had some fake ones over time of just Pokemon cards. No idea where they are. They're probably in the bin by now.
Unbelievable. And sometimes if you can hold on to these things, or if your parents save them or whatever, you can, as I say, you can look back on them. It's quite nice. I think my completed 93-94 Premier League album is still somewhere back at my childhood home. It's the only one I ever completed. It cost me dad an absolute fortune. And I must have spent the last 2 months of school that year looking for Andy Much of Swindon Town and a QPR badge shiny. It took forever. The amount of packs I went through that were they just weren't in there. And I only needed 2 stickers. Cost me dad an absolute fortune.
I bet when you finally got it, you were just thinking, thank God you're done now getting them bloody packs.
True story. I got them on the very last day of term. The last day when it was my last chance. And somebody had them as swaps. Somebody happened to have both. And I gave them my whole stack, which was about that big. Just gave them everything for them because that was it. That was the book completed. They got about 12 Andy Coles in that stack. Because you could just you got Andy Cole in every single pack. Pablo says, I spent a shed load of money on Panini stickers and the Garbage Pail Kid stickers when I was a kid. Another thing you won't remember, Jamie, far before your time, Pogs. If anybody
I know the name, Pogs. Let me have a look.
Pogs
I definitely.
awesome. You could get them in crisp packets as well. If anybody remembers Pogs, put it in the comments.
Is he the one? Yeah, Pogs and Slammers. I heard about them where you like just threw them at the ground and then you'd have like some custom ones as well.
They were collectibles as well. They had like artwork on them and some of them were shiny. They were good fun, those. Ball forward.
Did you ever play the game where you flicked coins at each other's knuckles?
Yeah, I played worse games than that as well, which I won't repeat on here.
Jack Bonham, the Bolton keeper, just been given man of the match. I think that's.
He made a couple of decent saves in this game. Made a couple of decent saves at important moments to keep Bolton in front on aggregate, and obviously it's helped them to go on to win the game. He got a feel for Bradford a little bit. They thought they'd equalise. They thought they were back in it, and then moments later, Bolton, put the finish on it with that. The only goal on the night, but the second goal over the tie.
I'll tell you what, it's got some jawline as well. Like it's very, very chiseled. They are just advertising as well. We're not covering it because it's League 2, but Notts County versus Ches and Salford versus Grimsby, both at second legs. Forget those games. We're on tomorrow night, and if you want to watch them, they'll be on. And then Hull versus Southampton, as it stands, is going to be on the 23rd of May. So, but that could very easily change. And then the League 1 playoff final is going to be on the 24th, and probably League 2, that's, I'm guessing, on the 25th, I want to say. They didn't advertise it, but they just, I'm taking a guess that's when it is. Ball whipped in here by Bradford. Again, it's just poor that it's easily headed away, and Bradford just fouled them. I think, Powell's just fouled, and it's just free kick on inside Bradford's own area, and they just, again, handbags it. I think they were nearly starting again, but they've just cooled them down very quickly. Yeah, we have got 251 viewers as well on here, so if you can just like, and then Jimmy will know that we're very popular and just try and get us on more, and then you do us a big favour. Don't cost you out, and viewers just went down. So yeah, I'll stop talking.
I love that you were thinking about your own. You were thinking about yourself there, Jamie. I love that.
Hey, this would help you as well, mate. Don't worry.
Tom says another thing I used to collect was Go-Go's. Oh yeah, I think I remember those. No idea where they are now. Ray says, only thing I remember were cards in the cigarette packs going back to the 60s. There was the old cigarette cards, says James, 60s and 70s, so referring to the same thing. I remember the kind of little fake sweet cigarettes. They look like chalk, but they were sweets, and they were like in a cigarette packet. They stopped making them because obviously they were for kids, and it's deemed a little bit inappropriate now. But you used to get little football cards in those as well. Yeah, they were like little white. They looked like white cigarettes, but they were sweets. You just eat them. They were like sugar.
I do just want to say, by the way, it just panned to the Bradford fans. There's still a lot of them in the ground. Like, it showed some of them leaving, but then it did cut to a lot of the others still singing loud and proud, keeping the atmosphere going. So absolute fair play to them.
Yeah, and it's coming into we're on to 98 minutes now. So any minute now, this game's going to end, and Bolton will be celebrating a place at Wembley. James says no ticket info yet on Championship playoff for either team. That's interesting. Yeah, it doesn't always come out straight away, but yeah, normally pretty quickly, James. And yeah, got to say, still a bit of uncertainty as to when the game will be, or certainly that's what's been mentioned today. Hopefully that game's not going to get delayed because I think it's just unnecessary given the situation. Bolton now just looking to see this out. Ball over the top. Gale's going to chase that, and it's going to be defended and put out for a Bolton throw. Bradford and Bolton players out on their feet at this point. Jamie, I think your audio's gone, mate. I don't know whether has that been pointed out. Jamie muted for anyone else. Yes, he is for me, Tom. Let me know if I am as well. As far as I can see and as far as I'm aware, you can hear me. Great watch along, lads. Well done. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you joining us and staying with us. As we're into the 100th minute of this game now. Bradford 0, Bolton Wanderers 1. 2-0 to Bolton over the tie. And they are on their way to Wembley to meet Stockport County. A bit of a northwest clash in the League One playoff final. And the referee has blown the final whistle, and the Bolton dugout come racing out. They're celebrating. Schumacher and Alexander have a bit of an embrace, a handshake. And Bolton reached the League One playoff final. So there it is, 24th of May. It's going to be Stockport County against Bolton for a place in the Championship. Who will Sheffield United be playing next season? It's going to be a really interesting game. I think it's going to be really close again. Could be very entertaining. Two teams that will go for it. Jamie's completely lost his sound at the end. Well, at least you lasted until almost the end of the game there, Jamie. Cal shuts his streams down. At least you stayed with us, and you're staying with us in silence. His sound's gone, Jamie. Yes, thanks, lads. Brilliant watch along, says Ray. Your sound's okay, Lewis. Thank you, James. Jamie, I'd hold on to let you get your sound back, but I think I'm going to call it a night at that point because we've run out of comments. The game's over. Bolton are through. As I say, the meeting Stockport in the playoff final. Thank you to everyone for joining us. Please, if you haven't already, leave us a like and remember to subscribe to Ramble FC. Jamie, I would ask you for your closing comments at the moment. I still don't think you can give me any, which might be just as well because I never know what you're going to say if I'm completely honest. But thank you for joining me, mate. I've really enjoyed it. Enjoyed your company. Teza says goodbye as well. All that's left for me to say on behalf of me and Jamie is thank you very much. Remember to like and subscribe to Ramble FC, and we'll see you next time. Good night.